Hey everyone, what's going on? Welcome to Z Talks episode 33 and welcome to Thursday night live streams. Yeah, I hope that you're all doing well, whether you're watching this live or after the fact right now. Thank you so much for tuning into Z Talks, the weekly live stream as of now, where I get a bunch of guests on and we talk about everything and anything and answer your guys' comments and questions as well. So the chat box is right over here on my side of the screen. Yeah, feel free to leave any comments and chats while you're there. And yeah, we'll certainly get to them and we'll answer your comments and questions. And throughout the hours that I'm on live tonight from 8 o'clock, well, as of kind of now, really, 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock, you're going to see different guests appear onto the live stream. Some familiar faces and some brand new guests here onto the channel. So without further ado, got a couple of guests waiting in the back room. The first guest is a brand new guy who is coming to the channel for the first ever time. I only recently came across his channel, but he's a really cool guy, and that is Jackson from Horsetooth Cinema. Hey, man.
Hey, man. How's it going?
Yeah, good, dude. How are you?
Doing pretty well, yeah. We just got a bunch of snow where I live. It's like there was like minus 10 Fahrenheit this morning, so yeah, pretty chilly.
Wow. Okay. And whereabouts are you based?
Yeah. So I'm based in Colorado at the moment. So
Colorado, right? Nice. And is it normally snow weather there or not?
Yeah, it's pretty snowy. So like we have a bunch of mountains and stuff. So yeah.
Right. Get you. Well, that's awesome, man. And firstly, welcome to the channel. Thank you for joining me on Z Talks.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, and we were talking a little bit backstage, and Jackson, I believe it's your first time ever on a live stream, right?
It is, yeah, for sure. It's not something I've experimented with my channel yet. Look, I might do that in the future, but yeah.
Right. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it took me a little while to get going and like have the confidence as such to go live.
Sure.
It's one of those things I think you just build up as kind of time goes on, and you want to try to go a little bit different, and bring something different, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. I think maybe my trepidation with it is just like because my channel isn't that big yet. I'm like, will people even show up and leave comments, or will this just be me staring at my camera for an hour? But I guess maybe I should just try and get over that fear and just get on it. So
yeah, well, it depends what you do, man. You can go live, try that, or maybe do like a Q&A and have questions prepped, whatever route. But yeah, Jackson. But Jackson, sorry to interrupt. Very quickly before we bring on some more guests, I wanted to just give you a bit of spotlight for a second. And I just wanted you, because, people's watching this maybe for the first time or seeing you for the first time here on the channel. Do you want to just plug Horsetooth Cinema and tell the folks what you do over there?
Yeah, absolutely. So I basically do movie reviews. So I try and review new movies as they're coming out. Mostly things that I'm interested in. Sometimes I go a little bit out of my main areas of interest. Other videos I've done like some kind of underrated and overrated stuff before, kind of list type of content. I reviewed some of my favorite movies in the past. I would love to be doing more of that in the future. And I'm also pretty soon going to be doing like some director rankings and stuff like that. So that's kind of what you can expect.
Sweet. Well, the link to Jackson's channel is in the description box down below, so please go subscribe to him. We have got Josh in the chat very quickly saying dropped Horsetooth sub. So hey, that's awesome, man. Thank you. So yeah, Jackson's got an awesome channel. Only recently came across your channel as well. So it's great to meet you in just a short space of time, really.
Absolutely, yeah, you as well.
Yeah, thanks, man. And Jackson's going to be here from now until 9 o'clock. But we have got a couple of other guests waiting in the wings. Next up is a man that is very familiar to the channel. He's been quite a few times. That is Jason, the Old Millennial. Hey, Jason.
Oh, hey. I was reading my Super Bowl champion magazine here. How's it going?
Hey, good. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah, are you still reeling on that high of the Chiefs win?
Oh, yeah.
I think it will be for a long time, my friend.
Oh yeah, till next season.
Right. Well, Jason, yeah, welcome to the channel, man. Of course, if anyone doesn't know Jason, he has been on Z Talks and just live streams with myself quite a few times now. But yeah, Jason, for anyone who doesn't know you, do you want to just plug your channel very quick?
Yeah, Jason, Old Millennial. Do a lot of talk about movies, talk about music that I like. Do a lot of rankings and lists of different things like 100 favorite albums. Ranking every Beatles song is what I'm doing right now. Also starting to do some deep dives into artists and bands I'm not as familiar with and kind of listening to all of their music. and doing top 10 lists and stuff like that of them. And yeah, just a little bit of all that, and do some live streaming and all that.
Sweet. Yeah, and I know you did a live stream the other day. I didn't realize you were doing one, but you did one for President's Day, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was President's Day, and I'm a big fan of U.S. presidents, so it felt like a good. And it was my 300th video, so I thought, well, for my 300th video, I'll do something different. And
Right.
So it was just a last second idea. I was like, I'm just gonna do a live stream and just talk about presidents, anyways. But yeah.
Get you. Well, yeah. Well, Jason's got a lot of awesome content over on his channel as well. A lot of variety, whether it's film or music based as well. So yeah, please go over and sub to Jason, the Old Millennial. Again, a familiar face here under the channel. So yeah, welcome, Jason. Great to have you and Jackson. And we've also got another 2 guests in the wings. The first one is another familiar face to the channel and who's been on quite a few times, and that is Elliot from IMO. Hey, man.
Hiya, bud. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. Thank you for having me back on the channel. It's great to be here.
Hey, you're welcome on the channel anytime, man. You know that. So, great to have you, Elliot. Yeah. Very quickly, Elliot. I don't think you've met Jackson before, right?
No, first time, but I was in the wings listening to your introduction, so I've heard a bit about your channel, and I will be dropping a sub when once the stream's over.
Thank you. Yeah, I went and subbed to everybody who's going to be appearing on this stream. So yeah, nice to meet you guys.
Sweet.
It's good to meet you too.
Yeah.
Well, Elliot, pleasure to have you again, as always, on Z Talks. For anyone who doesn't know this man by now, do you want to just plug your channel, Elliot?
I'm sure they all know me by now. But yes, so my channel name is I.M.O Reviews. We mostly review movies, new releases, sometimes old movies. I do often go back and revisit some of the old classics that I haven't yet seen or should have seen by now. We also do hot takes where we discuss some of the cinema faux pas and the hoodoos, the things that you don't like, but you don't feel like you've got a safe space to moan about it. And if it is too controversial, I end up getting soaked in water. So there's a little bit of incentive there for you. But yes, the general gist of the channel is we just have a bit of fun. We love movies, we love games, we love TV shows. Any opinions valid, whether you loved it or hate it. And yeah, we're just here to have fun and revel in the love of movies.
Right. Yeah, I think that's a great way to put it, because every one of my guests tonight love movies, and I think it's all about having that community to talk to one another. And you don't get that from like just a general conversation with like a friend, maybe outside of YouTube,
Oh, definitely. I have so I'm a big football fan, for example, and it's very easy to talk about football with them. But if I say, hey, have you seen this movie? They'll be like, never heard of it.
Yeah.
Don't even know who the main actor is. So,
What's that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's nice to have a little community.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. And yeah, Elliot's a great guy that I've got to know for quite a while now. So please go sub to Elliot IMO. Our link is down below in the description box. And we've got another guest waiting in the rings, a guy who is from the Northeast, so actually not too far from where I live. Our first time onto the channel, and that is Ryan. Hey, man.
Hello, Mike. Hello, everyone. How you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
Brilliant. Thank you for having us. This is my first stream, so could be interesting. Can I just ask, is the audio okay? It's not too loud for anyone? Or...
No.
All good.
All good.
Yeah?
Good.
Oh, good, man. Good audio, good lighting there in the background, dude. So doing good. You and Jackson came from... And is that a Newcastle football top?
It is. I'm repping the Newcastle colours there for the football fan. I'm not a huge football fan myself, but I think they're in the Carabao Cup final or something, so I thought I'd wear it.
Right. Yeah. Elliot, is that Sunday the final?
It is, I think so. I'm only cheering Newcastle on this Sunday simply because I can't stand Man United. So
fair.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy in town. Honestly, it's gonna be mad.
Right.
Oh, real atmosphere right there.
Yeah. Thank you for having us on. I appreciate it, and it's nice to meet everybody as well.
Hey, you too, man. It's great to have you for the first time. And Ryan, Elliot is a Liverpool fan. So
Liverpool Scouser. Are you a Scouser as well? Yeah, or just
I'm not Scouse, but we're going through the ringer enough as it is. So
I'm not too huge on football, but I think Liverpool's quite good on there.
we'll get on just fine.
I watched their game the other day against oh god, like who were they playing last weekend?
Liverpool. I don't know.
Yeah, Liverpool.
I hope it wasn't the Real Madrid game.
No, it wasn't. I feel like it was in the Premier League, but could be wrong.
Who did they?
Now. Was it? It might have been Newcastle. Actually, I think was it.
They were up 3-0 at the end. Like it was. I think it was close for early, but yeah.
I think it was Newcastle. Actually, yeah, I think that is. Yeah,
they probably beat us because I can admit we're not very good. So save your money and do not bet on Newcastle to win. There's a favour.
They've got a good chance on Sunday, to be honest. So we'll see.
Well, hopefully, yeah. That'll be amazing atmosphere after the win. That'll be honestly crazy. So I'm going to be out in the midst of that. So
I don't blame you. Well, Ryan, just very quickly before we introduce our last guest, it's your first time here, so people may not be aware of who you are. Do you want to just plug your channel very quickly?
So my channel is Ryan Swales. As most people on here, it is predominantly movies at the forefront, but a bit like your brother, I think he does as well. It's like a little bit of mixture, just things that I'm interested in. So
right,
I say movies at the forefront, but sometimes I just enjoy talking to people, hearing interesting stories. So I say recently I've done a video on homelessness. I'm going to be going into town for the Carabao Cup as well, getting fan interviews and stuff. So yeah, little things like that, but movies at the front, reviews, top 10 lists, stuff like that.
Yeah, very cool channel. And I will say recently, I only just came across Ryan's channel not too long ago. And, obviously I checked out some movie reviews of what's coming to Netflix kind of months. And then suggested video came about the homelessness one. And I was like, wow, okay. I was like, this is like really different. And
yeah, it's actually quite surprising. As I say, it's mainly films, but a lot of new subscribers had come from that video. So yeah, it's quite interesting to see. But yeah, just little things like that, but mainly films. So
hey man, it's a fantastic video, to be honest, man. So yeah, so please go over and subscribe to Ryan. Go check out his content. Go subscribe to all my guys. And last but not least, the last guest of this hour is a very good and close personal friend. That is the legend. That is Anthony E Perez. Hey man,
what's up? Sorry I'm late. I should have been here before, but popped in just in time. So thanks for having me on, man. I appreciate it.
Hey, you're welcome. Yeah, how are you? You doing good?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I was running a little late. I decided to take a nap before this and was pushing the clock. And then I had to use the bathroom. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to make it in time. But I'm glad I didn't make it too late, though.
Right. Hey, well, pleasure having you, man. And thanks for joining again. Second ever Z Talks, I believe, as well.
Yeah. It's crazy because I remember back when you were originally talking about doing Z Talks, you were like, yeah, man, I want to have you on as one of the first guests. And then just my schedule just ended up making that so I like never appeared. But here I am. Yeah, I appreciate you having me on, man. Thank you.
Hey, you're welcome. And Anthony, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think you've ever collabed with any of these guys before, right?
No. This is like the first time. I know Jason and Elliot, the first time that I'm actually like speaking to them directly. But yeah, to Ryan and Horsetooth. I'm sorry, I missed what Horsetooth's name is, but
Jackson,
what's up? How's it going, man? But yeah, first time. So appreciate you having me on. A lot of new faces.
Right.
So I did recently watch your latest video with Land of the Lost.
Land Before Time. Yeah.
I watched that video, yeah. I remember that from my childhood way back. I used to love that
man. Yeah, crazy series. Yeah, so for anybody who's curious what he's talking about, Mike and I are doing a series on the Land Before Time series, the animated movies. We're currently on the 6th movie so far, and for those who don't know, there's 14 Land Before Time movies. So yeah, it's been an interesting journey so far.
I can't believe there's that many movies, because like when you hit me up about a collab, you're like, doing a collab on the movie? I was like, yeah, sure. And you're like, yeah, there's 14 of them.
Yeah, man, it's been interesting. The original film, I think like a lot of people, was like an iconic film of the late 80s, early 90s. And, I remember seeing some of the sequels for like the coming years after that. But man, when I bought the DVD collection and it like said all 14 movies. I was just like, I don't even remember at a certain point that they kept going on. Like it ended up going into like the early 2010s, and just now there's rumors actually of a 15th movie maybe is in production. So just kind of crazy that they've made that many movies on these little kid dinosaurs that do the exact same thing in every single movie.
Yeah, it's like dino exploitation. Like they just keep
Right. Pretty much. Each movie starts exactly the same too. It's like a narration talking about these big lizards that used to live on the planet known as the dinosaurs. Like they introduced the dinosaurs at the beginning of every single movie with narration, as if 7 movies in, you're not already like, okay, dinosaurs.
Do the movies tie in together?
They kind of tie together. So like there's been a couple of movies that will have a character reappear in a future film, and they'll make reference to the last movie. But the general theme is usually exactly the same. Like something threatens their way of life. The kids are, for some reason, the ones who end up finding the way to save the day. And the whole movie, the parents are just bickering with each other. And then they're like, oh my God, the kids are gone. Where'd they go? And then they're like, oh, they're over there in danger. Now we have to go save them. But by the time they get to the kids have already saved the day. And then the parents are like, good job, kids. You saved all of our lives. And that's pretty much every single movie, right after another. There's always a new threat, and the same thing happens every time. Then you got Scream 6 spoilers in the comments.
Yeah, I managed to get them and just delete them in time, I think.
Nice. I didn't see it, so good. Glad you caught it.
Good.
Yeah, them Scream 6 spoilers came on last week as well, and I had to quickly delete them. I now know who the killers are for Scream because of them spoilers, but not ruining it for you guys, don't worry. So yeah, very quickly, Jackson, Jason, Ryan, and Elliot, have you guys ever seen any Land Before Time movie after the first movie?
I have. I remember there were a couple of them I used to watch when I was a kid. The only title I can remember is, I think it was like Invasion of the Tiny Sauruses or something like that.
Yeah, we haven't gotten there yet.
Okay. I remember it being really weird, but okay.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting franchise.
As I say, I've seen just the first one. Other than that, 14, I can't believe it. But must be popular.
Yeah, I'm the same. I've seen the first one and that's it. I had no idea that they've gone that far. That there's 14 of them. I didn't even know there was more than 3, to be honest.
Yep.
I mean, I guess it's because probably a lot of the time it's probably just advertised as a trilogy, maybe.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just one of those movies where there's just the original was what counted, and there's other movie franchises that have all those kind of straight to video sequels. Sometimes I forget that even something like Cinderella has Cinderella 2 and Cinderella 3, the Disney animated movies, and in the third film there's time traveling, but when you think of Cinderella, the last thing you think is time traveling 2 sequels later. It's just weird, man. Some of the animated sequels of the late 90s and the 2000s were just horrible. They were really bad.
Yeah, I mean, you've certainly been covering on your channel. I know, Elliot has recently been covering some older movies as well, and some unique picks, I would say, as well, Elliot, right?
Yeah, a few random ones. They really have been movies that have just been one person has just put that film title in my ear, and it's wormed its way into my brain, and I've gone, actually, that does sound quite interesting. I might check that out. And so far, they've all paid off. They have all been really interesting watches. But just to add on Anthony's point about all the sequels, for some reason in my childhood, I have seen Pocahontas 2 so many times. I feel like I know the story of Pocahontas 2 more than I know the original. That's how much we watched that VHS of Pocahontas 2. So yeah, I know the feeling.
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
I had a younger.
That was me as a kid too. I used to love watching those Disney sequels, and the Lady and the Tramp 2 for some reason. Scamp's Adventure was one that I just remember watching more than the original. Why? I don't know, but it was all that VHS tape just got ran over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, especially as a kid, it's just shoved straight in and be like, oh, there you go, occupy yourself with that for a couple of hours, I guess.
Right.
But yeah, so Anthony's channel link is down below in the description box. Please go sub to him, and Jackson, Ryan, Jason, and Elliot. We have got quite a few comments to catch up on, so we'll go through some, guys, and we'll just see where we go from there. First up, we've got Matt from Vengeance Media, who will be on later. So, hey, Matt. He says, watched The Whale the other night. Had to watch Brendan Fraser having an emotional. That was fun. Okay, fair enough. Have any of you guys? Well, Anthony, have you seen The Whale?
I have, yeah. So I saw The Whale. It's definitely an uncomfortable scene for certain. That movie has a lot of uncomfortable scenes. A fantastic performance from Brendan Fraser. I mean, is it his most fun in his franchise? Where I think I'd rather watch him as George of the Jungle or Rick O'Connell in the Mummy movies. But it's arguably maybe his best performance, the most emotionally resonant one. But yeah, it's a heavy watch, and there are scenes like that where you gotta watch him, wank it. But it's definitely he's crying, and it's a whole scene, and he's beating it down there just beating it up, So it's definitely an interesting scene to watch. But I know there was a movie that Mike and I watched this past year called What Josiah Saw, which was a terrible movie in my opinion. And for anybody who's seen that movie, there's a really awkward scene where the ghost of this guy's father forces him to wank off to porn in front of him shamefully. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. So it's always interesting when movies have scenes like that.
Right, and I mean that movie as well, Anthony, from what I remember, also had Robert Patrick in it as well.
Robert Patrick is the ghost father that is forcing his son to jack it. Yeah, it's a really interesting movie.
Yeah, don't recommend it to you guys at all. What about you guys? Have any of you guys seen The Whale?
I managed to see it last night, funnily enough, and it's a weird scene. I get why it's there, but it does sort of just come out of left field and make you go, "Oh, right, okay, we're watching this now." I'll obviously do a full movie review of it in the coming weeks, so I won't go too in depth. But it's one of those films where the hype did oversell it a little bit for me. I was really excited because of all the buzz, and now I've seen it, I am a little bit. Oh. It was all right. It wasn't amazing, but it was all right. So I'll explain later in a full review, though.
Get you. Yeah, I'm glad you got to see it because I think at least here in the UK, there's not really many showings of it at the moment.
Yeah, it's really scarce. At one point there, one of my cinemas was showing it once a day. That was it. And some of the show times, it was 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, I'm just not going to be able to do that. I can't shuffle work around that easily and just, can I have the morning off to watch a movie? It was quite hard to get in and see. But actually last night I got lucky. There was one where it was oh, I can make that. That's not a problem. So it does feel good to finally don't have to worry about seeing spoilers online anymore or anything like that. It's ticked off the list.
Awesome, man. Well, I can't wait to hear your review of it because I haven't had a chance to see the movie yet. I'll be excited to see it. So you haven't seen it either, Jason?
I don't think I want to. After that, I'm starting to think maybe I won't.
I have to say that's put me off a little bit, as well. But I'm a big fan of Brendan Fraser, so maybe I'll give it a go.
Yeah, I think it's definitely worth watching from a performance standpoint. I think whether or not you're going to like it narratively, overall as a full picture, is going to depend on you. It's based on a stage play, and it feels like a stage play. The whole film takes place in his apartment, and while that's really clever and cool at times, it can be a little bit dull or boring for some, depending on your sensibilities. But I think it's worth it for Brendan Fraser's performance, even if you do have to watch him get a little friendly with his friend.
I think the other thing for me is I haven't seen it either. I've been kind of putting it off because Aronofsky's kind of hit or miss for me. I really love The Wrestler. I like Black Swan a lot, but some of his movies like Mother, I don't know, they just come off as so pretentious and just obviously hitting you over the head with this metaphor. And I've heard some things about The Whale like that, so I'll get around to it, but I haven't seen it yet. So
right. Yeah, well, I'll be interested to hear your guys' reviews if you do get to watch it. Because I've heard, I think we've all heard a lot about it, which I think is probably fair to say. we have got a couple of comments about this. So Lisa's loving the comment by Matt about the emotional scene in the whale, and she says that scene in What Josiah Saw was the most uncomfortable things I've ever seen. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
watch
hey,
watch the whale. Don't watch What Josiah Saw. That one
right.
all together.
Yeah. We've got a view, Drew, saying, hey, what's up? So, hey, Drew, hope you're doing well. We've got Roddy, to completely honest, who says, so Ant-Man 3 yesterday, can confirm I hate this as much as it was a load of shite. Yeah, so I think this is a one, I wasn't huge on the movie. Elliot, I know you were kind of hit and miss on the movie.
Yeah.
Perez, I know that you enjoyed it. Didn't think it was top tier, but you enjoyed it. Jason, you haven't seen it yet, right?
No.
No. Ryan, have you?
No, I have to say I wasn't really too bothered, and after watching these reviews, it just put us right off. I've just had enough of the MCU, really, to be honest, at the minute.
Get you.
I'm more DC anyway, so.
So question for you then, Ryan, is: are you looking forward to the new Shazam movie?
To be honest, not really. There's nothing in it that really intrigues us, and obviously, we don't know if he's going to be coming back with James Gunn's new thing that he's doing and all that. So,
right,
Zachary Levi's good enough, I guess, but I'm not in like a rush to go and see it.
Right, get you.
The Flash, definitely.
Yeah, yeah. I think a lot of people's a bit like that with Shazam. Like, we don't know what's going on with it at the moment. So Jackson, what about you? Have you checked out Ant-Man?
No, I haven't yet. I actually, so I'm not the biggest MCU fan in general, and I've kind of decided that like I'm not really gonna go and support the movies in theaters just because I think that they really take up a lot of space at the box office these days, and I would like to see that space allocated to like, you know, maybe more like diverse movies in genre and idea and stuff. So I've caught up with a lot of them like on streaming later, and I'll probably do that with Ant-Man. So
get you.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, a lot of the time when these Marvel movies do tend to go on cinemas, it's only about a month or two, and then they're on Disney Plus pretty quick.
Yeah, it's not like never, even if they do really well, it's not like Top Gun where like they, you know, have an incentive to keep it in theaters for so long. Because like I think Paramount Plus anyway ended up getting Top Gun, but it took a while, I think, for it to come out. It had already been in cinemas for like 5 months. So
right, I think it was probably one of the first movies in a long time that did that, I would say.
I have to imagine, yeah.
Yeah, I believe it was part of Tom Cruise's like contract. Like the movie had to be in theaters for an elongated window of time because now we're in this period of time where it's usually about a 45-day window before it can hit streaming, which is why, you know, right, even something outside of the Disney world, something like, I don't know, like Puss in Boots, The Last Wish, like within a month and some change, you could already get that on rental online, you know. And so I think they did the same for Megan. Like I think like 2 weeks after Megan was in theaters, you could rent it online for like the premium price.
Oh, the cabin you can get already.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. I think Banshees is showing too.
Yes. So Elliot, yeah, it's on Disney Plus at the moment, I believe.
Yeah, it didn't take long for that. I saw it in the cinema, and I think it was 2 weeks, and I went on Disney Plus, and it was there. I was like, oh, I could have saved my money, but okay. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a shame, really, that like a lot of movies are doing that. But I think the other movie that's kind of not going to go on streaming straight away, if I'm wrong, is the new Avatar movie, right? Is that being advertised for streaming?
Right. Yeah. No, they're going to elongate that one too. I think it's really nowadays a lot of studios are going to keep things in theaters as long as they're doing well. Like if it starts to teeter off, they'd rather spark interest again by putting it in front of people's faces on a streaming service than, you know, knowing that it's still going to do well in theaters. I mean, I just went to go see Avatar again for the third time this past week, and when I went, the theater was still packed. So it's like they're still making a lot of money on the movie. So yeah, I think they're gonna keep keeping that movie in theaters, you know, and I can only imagine they'll do re-releases.
It just became top 3 film in the world or something, on it, I think.
Right.
Believe so, yeah. I'm surprised it hasn't hit number 1, if I'm being honest with you.
I think it's getting there, like
it's catching up.
What is number 1? Like if you account for I guess it depends on if you account for inflation or not. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think number one is still the original Avatar, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
But that something to keep in mind with that is kind of like you said, inflation's a big key. But then on top of that as well is the idea of like re-releases. So Avatar's had multiple re-releases, even a release prior to this, which, you know, I think at a certain point Endgame passed it, and then Avatar passed Endgame because they got the re-release. So, you know, with re-releases, sometimes it makes that number a little tricky, whereas a lot of movies don't ever get even like a full runtime or a second chance to get back to the theaters. But a movie like Avatar 2 will no doubt in the next decade be re-released like 3 or 4 times.
Right. Yeah. I mean, in a way, I'd be intrigued to see how they would do that, because they've already got it in pretty much 4K and like 3D as it is. They'll in a way. So, right. Probably deleted scenes or something like that, I would have thought.
Yeah, director's cut will come out. Yeah,
director's cut of a 3-hour and 10-minute movie.
I'm all in, man. I'm all in. Give me
I
a 5
liked it
hour.
too. I don't really like the first one that much, but I had a great time. I found it to be a little bit more like fun and pulpy and better character work. I thought it was fun.
Yeah, I think they had a little bit more time to work on the expansion of some things. But yeah, I'm all in. I know that what's his name? I think James Cameron said that he like tried to give them a cut of the third movie that's like 4 hours and some change. And if he submits that and they approve it, I'm all in, man. Put an intermission in between the movie. Let me go re-up on some popcorn and some soda, and I'm all in. Like, let's make this like the theater. Like, I'll go in a monocle and everything. Like, oh, we're going to the
all day.
Yeah, I'm there all day.
Well, we'll just have to wait and see if they put it out again. I wouldn't be surprised though. The next comment we got is from Laura. So, hey, Laura, thanks for tuning in. She says, hi, what film are you looking forward to most? Now, are we talking about this year, or are we talking about coming up in the future? I guess we'll leave this as like an open question. So, I guess in general, what film are you guys looking forward to most?
The first one that comes to mind is the Super Mario Bros. Movie. That's, I think, is it April or May? It's coming sooner than you think. And I have to admit, the trailer surprised me. My only real concern is Chris Pratt as Mario, but I'll give him a chance. Everything else looks pretty solid. So I'm quietly keeping my fingers crossed that that's actually quite good. It might be awful, but I'm wishful thinking over here.
Yeah, to be fair, the Mario trailers have been looking really good, and it seems quite faithful to the games. I've only played a couple of them in my life, but the ones I have played, I'm like, oh yeah, I reference like that moment in that kind of game. So,
yeah,
and I think it's like Nintendo's got a hand in this movie and not just left it to Illumination to do whatever they want. So I think that's going to help as well.
That was definitely the way to go for sure. Like, we didn't need a repeat of the Super Mario Brothers of the 90s. I grew up watching that movie all the time. It was such a different time too, watching that movie in the 90s, because it was on TV. It felt like all the time, you know. It was just that and Mortal Kombat and like a couple of other like not that great movies adaptations of video games. And now to live in this world where we got like The Last of Us and the Sonic the Hedgehog movies, we're finally starting to get some pretty solid video game content. But yeah, the Super Mario Bros. Movie is definitely one I'm looking forward to. It's hard to remember everything that's coming out this year, but as far as like stuff that's coming out like soon, I'm going to see Cocaine Bear in a few hours, and I don't know why, I'm just all in, dude. Like, I heard that they're trying to make a sequel. They're possibly thinking about making like a pseudo sequel about a shark that ingests cocaine, and if they make that, I'm there day one. Like, it can be a whole line of movies. The next one could be Monkey Cocaine, and I'm in. And so whatever it is, you know, heroin, dog, I'm all in. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing that in a few hours. And then I'm really looking forward to Scream. I know there's been some spoilers. I've been trying to not look at that, but as a huge fan of slashers, I am super hyped for the new Scream movie. And you know, Shazam looks like it'll be a fun enough time. But as far as what's coming long down the line, I'm more excited about The Mandalorian coming back than most movies, to be
definitely.
March
1st.
Yeah, March 1st.
It's not long, to be honest. Next week.
I can't wait. Yeah, like a week and a half or so, or something like that.
But you'll not see Perez on YouTube for 8 weeks or however long it's on for in that time. Jackson, what about you? What movie are you looking forward to coming up?
Yeah, so I don't think it comes out until like the end of this year, but Dune Part 2 is probably the number one for me. I loved what Denis did with the first movie. And I'm actually reading the book at the moment, trying to catch up before that comes out, and it is a dense book, but it's a lot of fun. And then other than that, maybe like in more like recent weeks, I do like the Scream movie, so I'm looking forward to 6. Kind of looks like a Jason Takes Manhattan throwback a little bit, so that could be fun. Oppenheimer this summer looks great. Yeah, there's a few things here and there.
Yeah, some cool picks. I will say about Oppenheimer, I don't know, maybe you guys can comment and fill me in on this. Not long ago when I used to go to the cinema, like before the movie trailer started, that kind of trailer for Oppenheimer would tease, saying like, in X amount of days, this will change, whatever.
Yeah.
And I think the last couple of months I've been in the cinema, I've never seen a single advertisement for it again.
No.
Don't know if that's been the same for you guys.
I wonder if that's like a thing
haven't.
where it's like they know it's Christopher Nolan, so once they do the big promotion for it, it's like he seems like one of the few filmmakers where like because it's one of his movies, they can still advertise it based on that, and then once it gets closer to the release date, they'll start doing more normal marketing. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I've been seeing the trailers for it before the movies that I've been going to see in theaters. At first, though, like you said, it was like the first few months of them showing a trailer. It was like a 3-second trailer. It felt like super brief. But in the last like few weeks, I've noticed that when I've gone to the theater, maybe not every movie has had it in front of it, but like this past week, what did I see this past week? What came out this last week that everybody went to go see? I don't even remember. Ant-Man. When I went to go see Ant-Man, that was in front of it. So I have started to see the trailer pop up in front of a couple movies, but it is interesting to hear about the different kind of marketing from here overseas,
Yeah. I was going to say, like, Elliot or Ryan, when you guys have recently been, have you seen the advertisement for that?
No, I
have seen it. Wait, sorry, you go.
No, I completely agree with you, Mike. I saw it a couple months ago. It was seemingly before every movie, and now I think about it, I haven't seen it for a while, but I have seen a few posters at bus stops or on buses, or think at your local shopping center there'll be something about Oppenheimer in the corner coming out in May or whatever. Well, I can't actually remember when it comes out now, but I've seen a lot of posters, not so much trailers, but posters are definitely around, at least in the UK.
Oh, wow. Okay. I've not even seen a poster, so you've seen more than me. And Ryan, what about you?
Yeah, just the same. I have seen a lot of posters. I haven't actually seen any trailers, actually, after the first one that came out, really. Just posters everywhere. But I'm looking forward to it, though. It does seem good. Yeah,
I think it'll be an interesting. I love Christopher Nolan's work. Lisa saying, I saw the Oppenheimer trailer a few times in the last month, but we're always behind in Ireland.
Yeah, I actually went to college over in Ireland, so I can confirm that there it does seem like we're behind sometimes.
Wow. Okay, and how long ago was that, Jackson?
So I graduated like last fall, basically. So I was there for 4 years. I want to come back one day. I really love it, but right now I'm just doing a gap year back home. So.
Get you. Yeah, well, I mean, it's quite a bit of distance to travel to as well. So I can understand. But yeah, we've got quite a few other comments as well. So yeah, if you guys leave your comments, we will get to them. We've got Matt saying, what scene in any movie gives you the 7? Well, what a question, Matt. Thanks for that.
In any movie.
I think I'm going to pass on this one. Just
yeah, don't really want to comment on that.
That's fair.
I don't know. Yeah.
I'd say there's too many, man. I'd say there's too many. I'll just say that for all of us. Let's all be real. There's too many, right?
There's
funny movies, like a couple of movies that you're sitting there I'm thinking, damn, I wish my mom wasn't sitting right next to me.
Oh man. Well, I remember watching Titanic when I was like 13 with my sister next to me and being like, it felt kind of awkward to me at that time. I don't know.
Right. No, I felt the same way when I watched it next to my mom. I was just like, and I was like young because my mom was like, "You need to see this movie. It's so beautiful." I'm like, okay. And then there's like, all this woman's getting naked to get drawn, and I'm like,
All right.
all right.
Yeah, I was going to say very quickly, have any of you guys seen the recently released Titanic Remastered?
No, I didn't go to see it this time around. I did see it when it had its last, I think 10 years ago, they did another release of it in 3D, and I saw it then, but it wasn't in 4K at the time.
Right. Get you. I will say in 4K it looks amazing. The transfer is really good, and I think when it comes on physical media, I'll probably end up owning it. Wasn't really too bothered about the 3D, to be honest, but the 4K was awesome though. We've got two reactions start of the deal saying, "Hey Z-Man," and everyone. So hey, how you doing, man? It says, "Me and the wife are here and looking forward to another night of chat." Awesome, yeah. Well, I hope you guys have a good time. Thanks for tuning in. Got Rodney says, I'm gonna do a big rant video on Ant-Man 3 as well as the current state of the MCU. Whenever I can be bothered. Yeah, I think the MCU's quite divisive at the moment, or has been for quite a bit of time, myself included, personally. But yeah, I know Perez, I know you're a big, you've read the comics and stuff, so you obviously have a good idea of where it's going to.
Yeah, to an extent, for sure. I usually can see, okay, what storylines they're picking from, because, I grew up reading these comic books and being invested in these characters. I can agree, though, with a lot of the discourse. While I've enjoyed everything they've released in Phase 4 on a different level, there's, it's definitely, there has not been a phase that's been it hasn't been as strong as it was leading up to Endgame, where there was a couple of movies that people didn't love, but, nothing that was, absolutely hated. Whereas now it's been, a up and down. You have something that's as high as, a Shang-Chi and then a No Way Home, and then, you've had, a Thor Love and Thunder and Ms. Marvel and She-Hulk, but then you've had Loki and Moon Knight, and then you've had all this other stuff that's just kind of been at varying different qualities. So I do feel like there hasn't been as much of a sense of cohesiveness as there was in the earlier phase with the MCU. But I still have hope. That there will be a point where even after all the discourse, after all the hate, that we'll be watching, Avengers, the Kang Dynasty, or Secret Wars, and we'll be sitting there, and all the characters will line up, including the Miss Marvels and the She-Hulks and some of the characters maybe people weren't in love with, and that there will be a moment that just gives all of us chills once again, that we just look at that lineup and just think, fuck yes. I'm hoping, I'm staying positive that moment will come.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I would love to see a moment like that happen again. I think, as you said, just the cohesiveness, I think really is not being there. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, Elliot, do you feel the same with that?
No, I've been the outlier who's been moaning about the MCU for quite a while now, even to a point where I've had backlash telling me I'm wrong, but it's all just opinion based. I appreciate Anthony knows more about the comics than I do, so he probably does see things in the film and go, I can't wait for that to unfold. Whereas I'm sitting there going, I don't know what that means. That could be anything. But of course, I want them to do well. I want to enjoy a good Marvel movie. I loved Endgame, and I think it's been long enough that I can talk about spoilers for Endgame. But when Captain America catches the hammer, that is a cinema moment I am never going to forget, because I genuinely slapped my knee with excitement. I was like, "Get in, let's go!" So of course, I want them to do well. So anytime I'm critical of it, it's only me trying to be I love you, do better. It's not just hate because I hate it. It's loving criticism. So yeah, I've got a few issues with the direction they're going in. I've got a few concerns, but I hope they certainly have the talent and the money to pick it up and do something special. So fingers crossed.
You're not mad, you're just disappointed.
That's the one. Yeah.
Right. Well, Ryan, what about you? What was the last MCU movie that you checked out?
Probably, to be honest, Endgame, I think. Since then, as I say, I'm just not too bothered. Like, I'm more DCU anyway. As I really do like Paul Rudd, so I was tempted to go and see it, but it didn't really push us to go. So I've heard a lot of mixed stuff about it.
Get you. Did you not go see Spider-Man No Way Home?
Nah.
Oh man, so good.
No.
I would say, Ryan, if you get a chance, I would definitely check that one out.
Definitely watch that. Yeah.
Because I did like what do you call him again? Sam Raimi Spider-Man. I did really enjoy that, so I do definitely need to check that one out.
Right, yeah, the culmination of like all Spider-Mans, really, that movie. So
yeah.
We've got another comment here which I think would be interesting. Drew actually says, rumor mill going around that we're getting a Wayne's World free. Okay.
Could be a good or a bad idea. You know, it's like it's tough because those first two, or specifically the first one, it's like they're so of the time, and part of that charm is when they were coming out. It's kind of like what they did Dumb and Dumber like years later. You know, it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't as strong. It wasn't as strong.
I heard similar things about like Clerks 3 this year, where a lot of fans of the original Clerks were like, "This just seems too far down the line to be doing this."
Right.
Like,
definitely one of those things. I don't know. Like, it's tough because would I like to see those actors come together to do Wayne's World again? Like, yeah. Could it possibly just feel like just not right? Yeah. You know, like something about them. I hate to put it this way. Not that the characters couldn't be funnier to see the characters older. Like, you could almost like comment on that and kind of make it funny, but like their youth is part of what makes those characters like. It's kind of like when they did the Bill and Ted new movie.
Yeah,
like, the originals, the youth of the actors was part of what and the time is what part of what made that work. Whereas seeing them all the years later, you know, while it was enjoyable at times, it wasn't what it could have been.
I think with that one, it might be like a streaming thing, a bit like what Hocus Pocus 2 was, just straight to streaming.
Yeah,
I don't know if that'll get a cinema release.
Right.
I worry that the plot's going to be sort of what Anthony was saying, that they're just going to like age them up and put them in modern day situations. Like they probably host a podcast now or something like that along those lines. It might even be fish out of water, the way like they're boomers now, so to speak, and they can't keep up with the kids of today. So it sounds a little worrying. The one positive I will say is if Mike Myers is involved and he's allowed to just do his thing, there should be a few laughs in there. So maybe.
Yeah, fingers crossed that they do make it happen.
Yeah.
Well, Jason, what about you? Would you like to see a third movie?
No, just because Dumb and Dumber 2, it was terrible. And I think it looks bad when you get older and you try to still do the immature humor. Doesn't work anymore. And it just, I just can't see it working unless Bill and Ted's Face the Music I enjoyed because they had the daughters involved. And so, I don't know, you'd have to have their kids in the future, Wayne and Garth have kids somehow. I don't know how that would happen. Maybe that they somehow settle down and have kids or something. And get them involved, maybe, but I don't know. Watching old people try to be young is not doesn't look good.
All right, which they did that in the Bill and Ted movie as well. Like their kids kind of took front and center in that movie, and it just doesn't work. Honestly, if Mike Myers is coming back from one of these stupid comedies, I'd rather take a swing at a new Austin Powers. I feel like there's more.
Yeah, they've been talking about that.
I feel like they could do more with that, where like his age could be funny since he's so like sexually hungry. And it could almost be like even more off-putting or even used for more humor. But to try to like have, I think that era of like, let's age up these really stupid, dopey duo characters and they're still stupid as hell at, 40, 50 years old. It just doesn't make sense anymore.
Nah, I think it's just a retread to like a cash grab, really, I think, a lot of the time. Or they're going to lose the license, so they're like, oh, let's make another movie kind of thing. We've got the next question from Claire. So, hi, Claire. She says, what's your favorite Gene Wilder movie?
Good question.
That's tough. That's a tough one right there.
It's really tough.
There's a lot of good ones to choose.
most people would probably say maybe Willy Wonka, but
Right.
I'll go against the grain. I think have you See No Evil, Hear No Evil? That's a really good comedy.
Yeah.
I really enjoy that one.
Yeah.
Great
Yeah,
film.
I love that one. I used to
With,
love Young
Richard Pryor.
Frankenstein as a kid too. Young Frankenstein was one I used to just like throw on all the time.
I still need to see that because my answer would be Blazing Saddles, but I think that's very much in the same vein. And I know I will love Young Frankenstein. I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. I think it's just one of those films of that era that you just never see anything like that ever again. Honestly,
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Jason, what about you?
Yeah, I'd go with Young Frankenstein. I think that's one of the funniest movies ever made, and Gene Wilder's just so brilliant in that role.
Okay, yeah.
I love him. Like he's like
so-
honestly one of my favorite comedic actors ever. Yeah.
I
And he's
agree.
just so nice in interviews. If you ever see him, like, oh man, rest in peace.
Yeah, his book is really good too. I'd recommend his book. I think it's Don't Hug a Naked Stranger or something like that. Is his book. It's pretty good.
That's a very interesting title.
I think
Good
that's
advice.
that.
Elliot, what about you?
Yeah, I completely agree. I would go with See No Evil, Hear No Evil, or Willy Wonka would be up there. They're both superb performances. I love his chemistry with Richard Pryor, who is also really funny in that movie. They bounce off each other so well. But speaking of Gene Wilder, he's just so... There's something about him. He's got that magnetism where you just can't take your eyes off him. He's so quick, witty, funny. He's really quite expressive as well. He's quite good at like pulling a funny face that you just know the emotion he's feeling from that expression on his face. Really good at sarcasm, really subtle at it where you don't even notice he's being sarcastic sometimes. Yeah, absolutely. Rest in peace. He was one of a kind, Gene Wilder.
Have you seen Stir Crazy, Elliot? That's another good one with Richard
I've
Pryor.
heard of it, but I've not seen it. No.
Oh,
Check
that's
that one out. It's good.
I'll add it to the watch list.
yes. Yeah, that and Silver Streak is the other one.
Well, thank you for the question, Claire. We've got two actions in. The only reason I'm skipping that is because I don't know if I know Gene Wilder movies apart from the like ones you guys have said, but I've not seen them, so I feel like I can't comment on the question.
Good.
So I'm
I highly recommend Blazing Saddles. It's definitely like a little bit. I mean, it has its heart in the right place. It can be offensive for some people, but it really is more of a satire about racism. And I don't know. I think it's just one of the funniest movies ever.
Yeah,
I've seen them. So is that Jason?
and check out The Producers. That's Gene Wilder's first movie and Mel Brooks's first movie that they collaborated. Yeah, really funny first movie for them.
Did they remake The Producers?
Yeah, it's a musical as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a stage play as well. Yeah.
Right, I've seen the remake of The Producers.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I guess that's as close as Gene Wilder I've gotten. I guess.
Not the original Willy Wonka, or
No.
no, yeah, that's a great one too. Yeah.
I'm constantly letting Perez down with not seeing these movies.
Yeah.
I still baffle him every day with movies I've not seen.
All the time, man. You never surprise me, man. You really never surprise me. Like at least you've seen Jurassic Park, right? You're wearing the shirt. I hope so.
Does anybody live close to Mike that they can go over to his house and like force him? Any of you Brits? No.
Ryan's probably the closest, to be honest.
Yeah, I was going to say, have you seen Gladiator? Yes, you need to get on that.
Nah.
I saw that in the last podcast. That was really funny.
You need to get on it.
No, I know I do. I know I've just been watching like other things though, to be honest. I've been
He's watching The Land Before Time, guys. He's a little busy.
I'm trying to work through 14 kids movies at this point. And I'm trying to work through 14 kids movies, which I'm struggling with, but I'm getting there. And then after that, will be Gladiator. Don't worry. We've got two action stars today saying favorite Kevin Hart movie. For me, none of them.
Yeah.
I would say that I like Kevin Hart in Central Intelligence and Get Hard. Those are the two comedy movies I like of his.
I like those movies were fun. I would say probably like if there's one that like I enjoy watching that he's part of the squad and I'm never like annoyed by him. It's the two newer Jumanji movies.
Yeah, I'd say
I
Jumanji.
was really worried about those movies going into it. When I heard they were making them like video games, like I'm a avid fan of the original film. Like I watched that movie hundreds of times as a kid. So when I was like, man, the fact that people are always like, well, you know, kids don't play board games anymore today. They only play video games. So that's the way to go. I'm like, I feel like almost it would have been better for it to have been board games, like kids trapped, like modern day kids trapped in a downstairs thing. And then, you know, they have to like a basement and they have to play a board game because they don't have video games. But whatever, they made it a video game and I ended up really enjoying it. And I thought Kevin Hart was funny in both of those movies. So I'll give it those. But sometimes his performances could be hit or miss. He did do that movie though that I thought was really good. It's a drama with Bryan Cranston, and the name escapes me right now. But Bryan Cranston plays a crippled man, and I thought that was like a really strong performance because you know everybody thinks Kevin Hart is solely comedy, but he does have drama chops. I think it's easy to kind of like throw him into a set of actors who are very much themselves in most movies, which you know for the most part he is. But I would argue in that movie that he gave a really, really good performance. I'm gonna look up the name of that movie because I can't remember.
Yeah. Is it Trumbo? Or
no,
that was the one that he was like that Cranston was like Oscar nominated for, I think.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
I would like to see the movies, The Upside or The Bright Side. It's one of those two titles.
The Upside sounds right.
Something along those lines. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
that's
the
a
Bright
great
Side sounds
movie.
right.
I had completely forgotten that movie until you just mentioned it, and then like the trailer flashed through my head. I was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that."
It's called The Upside. It's called The Upside.
Yeah, The Upside.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty solid movie, and I think that Kevin Hart's given like the ability through the script to give a more dramatic performance, which is always nice. You know, it's kind of like when like The Rock. I remember like watching The Rock become an actor at first, and I was kind of like, oh, you know, whatever. Like it just feels like this guy is like trying to be this actor. It doesn't really fit. And then he did a movie called The Game Plan for Disney, where he plays a football star who's like disconnected from his daughter, and he has to give like a really dramatic performance. And I was thinking, oh, that's the first time I sat there thinking, wow, that was a pretty good performance from this guy. So yeah, I'll give The Upside to Kevin Hart.
Yeah, it's a good movie. I remember seeing it in the cinema, to be honest. Jackson, what about you?
It probably would be that first Jumanji movie for me as well. I haven't seen the second one. I was like, I thought the movie was okay. I enjoyed it enough at the time. But yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if he was like an aspect of the movie that I loved or anything. But it was fun. I really liked seeing Jack Black play like a woman. Like that was like basically that's what he was doing. That was a lot of fun. But yeah.
Yeah, I love Jack Black in pretty much anything. I'm like unapologetically like you can put Jack Black in anything, and I'm all in, man. I'm all in.
Yeah, I really enjoyed him in Jumanji movie though. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, right. Ryan, what about you?
I'd probably say like Central Intelligence. I think him and Dwayne Johnson just work really well together, as in the first Jumanji film as well. And as well, Jack Black, I loved in the first Jumanji, played that so well.
Right. Yeah, good pick. And got to give props to Karen Gillan as well in that movie.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Very good.
Elliot?
I'll break the mold. I was pleasantly surprised by his voice acting work in the DC League of Super Pets.
Yeah,
because
really good.
That was one of those casts where I was like, ooh, this could be a really annoying movie. They've got a lot of energetic people doing voices. This might be really loud and in your face and headache inducing. And actually, I thought everyone was really good. They really did bring good personality to these pets. They felt toned down. They didn't feel quite as mad as I thought they were going to be. And it ended up being quite an enjoyable movie for what it was. So yeah, I would say that was quite a pleasant surprise from Kevin Hart there.
No, that's a good one too. I liked his voice work in that movie. I agree for sure.
Yeah.
Great voice.
Did you like him in The Secret Life of Pets when he was playing that rabbit? How did you find that?
That was pretty funny too.
Yeah.
I preferred Super Pets.
And Jason, what about you?
Oh yeah, on top of my mind, my first thought was Jumanji. The two Jumanji movies I've enjoyed quite a bit. Him and Dwayne Johnson have such a great chemistry. Just watching them do interviews together is so funny because of the mass difference between the sizes and all that. I love how he makes fun of himself in Jumanji because he's obviously small, and so he's like, "I'm half a man" or something like that. He says something like that in the movie, and I'm like, "Oh, that's so funny that he's making fun of himself." But yeah,
yeah, definitely. It's been Jumanji movies, and yeah, interviews with The Rock as well. Like, they're great. Always ripping on each other. You can tell it's just a good friendship.
yeah.
Definitely agree. Great question, no traction. And he also says, "I've subbed to the new guy."
Okay.
We don't know which new guy that is, but thank you.
There's a few of us, right? Yeah.
Yeah, right. But thank you, Traction. He says, "Can't wait to see Cocaine Bear. What about you guys?" Well, Perez is already on, and he's going to go see it in a couple of hours. Jason, are you going to go see Cocaine Bear?
No, it looks so stupid to me. I don't know. It looks terrible in my opinion, but I don't know. Everybody's so excited about it. And Jamie Lee gave a review of it recently, and it sounds like it's pretty gory as well. So I'm like, it doesn't sound like my kind of movie, but I don't know.
Yeah, I saw that Jamie got a review. I think she got an early access screening or an early screener or something from Universal, I think, if I'm not mistaken. That was pretty cool. Elliot, you said you're going to go see it, right?
Yeah, I'm sort of, I don't know if I'm excited or if I'm just curious, to be honest. I'm more just wondering what this is all about and what's going to happen. I'm hoping it's going to be a bit like Megan, where it's going to know what it is and it's just going to have fun with it. And you can just switch off your brain and just watch a bear get high and kill people, which is kind of that's what I want, really. So if it sticks to the game plan, I think it should be fun. I hope it doesn't get lost in itself and start like really focusing on a really serious story. I don't think anyone's here for that. So I'm mildly optimistic that it's going to be enjoyable.
Right. Yeah, same here, man. I've heard it looks daft. It looks like just a crazy, silly movie, and I'm in for the ride. I'll be seeing it probably the weekend or next week, I think. But Jackson, what about you?
Yeah, I'm on kind of the same page as Elliot, where I just want to see a bear do cocaine and go on a rampage. But what I'm worried about is that maybe there's going to be too much, like, I don't know, like, for lack of a better term, like Marvel-y kind of humor in it, where they're like constantly like breaking the fourth wall and being like, "Hey, this is what we're doing." I hope it's so. There's this I think it's like early '80s movie called Wild Beasts, and it's like a really like bizarre exploitation movie. The plot of it is basically that at a zoo, the water supply gets infected with PCP, and all these animals just start like eating everybody at the zoo. I hope it's something like that, just something kind of schlocky and fun. So,
yeah, I've never heard of that Wild Beasts. So
Wild Beasts. I heard about it on from Jay on Red Letter Media, and I checked it out after that. It's a fun watch.
Oh, cool! Thanks for the recommendation, man. Another movie to the list that ever growing list, my friend. And Ryan, what about you?
I've got to say, I'm with Anthony. I'm all for this film. I'm going to see it tomorrow. I cannot wait. It just looks absolutely mad. Like, I cannot wait to see it.
Awesome. And I know next Friday, I'm actually going to be meeting Ryan and we're going to go see Creed 3. So I'm looking forward to that as well.
Yeah, that looks good as well. Like, I think, are you a big fan of Rocky or?
Yeah, I like the Rocky movies.
I don't think it's going to be as good as Rocky 3, but we'll see.
Nah, I think it's going to hit a bit differently, I think. So we'll see. We've got Tim saying, "Hey all, happy Thursday, getting hyped for another Z Talks." Well, hey Tim, thanks very much for tuning in.
Hi, Tim.
He says, so apparently Stephen Young has been cast in Marvel Thunderbolts movie. I just wanted to hear what you all think. As someone who doesn't care about Marvel anymore, this doesn't mean much to me. Right, okay. Well, do any of you, firstly, have any of you guys heard about this announcement? And if so, do you know what role he's playing in Thunderbolts?
I don't know what role he's playing. I did see this announcement just before I hopped on here. As I told you guys, I was using the bathroom, so I was sitting on the John, pulled out my phone. It was the first day on Facebook, and yeah, I was like, okay, cool. That sounds good. I love him as an actor. I think, like most people, I was introduced to him in The Walking Dead, but obviously he's done a billion things since then. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the Thunderbolts for sure. I like the idea of having some different MCU teams outside of the Avengers, and just gonna have like a group of anti-heroes for the most part is pretty exciting to me. It's a rotating list of characters in the comic book, so I feel like they can bring in a lot of fun anti-heroes into that group over the course of time. Very think Suicide Squad, but not the same premise as Suicide Squad, no bombs in their head or anything like that, but just a similar kind of idea. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it, but I have no idea who he's playing. So but I think they said he's going to be one of the main leads of the movie.
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah, well, he's a great actor, like you said, Anthony. I can't agree more with that. So I think it'll be interesting. Do any of you guys have any thoughts on this?
Yeah, I well, not so much on the character specifically, or I mean, because again, I'm kind of in the same person as the guy who comments I'm not super into the MCU right now. But yeah, I really like him as an actor. I really liked him in Nope, and in The Walking Dead, and I still need to check out Burning. I've heard that's kind of his best performance. But yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one either, Jackson, so that's the one I need to check out. Jason, Elliott, Ryan?
Yeah, he was nominated for Minara for Best Actor.
Oh, that too. Yeah, he was really good in that. Yeah, I forgot about that.
And so that's gave him a lot of credibility as an actor. So I love to see him in more stuff because of that. And yeah, I like him in The Walking Dead. So
get you.
Yeah, I think he's quite underrated, except for everyone here who's just praised him. But he's a really good actor, better than I think people think he is. He's got quite a lot of range. I thought he was probably the best thing about Nope. Actually, every time he was on screen, I thought he was excellent. I really enjoyed his character and how controversial and complicated his character was, and I thought he handled that really well. So he is a great actor. I don't know what role he's going to be in. I think whatever they give him, though, he's going to make it interesting. He is one of those people who you can pretty much give him anything and he'll make a job out of it. So yeah, I might not be mega excited, but this I think is a step in the right direction for the MCU.
Right. Yeah, that's fair. And Ryan?
This is my first time hearing it. As I say, MCU, I'm kind of out of it all, but he is a really good actor, and I do wish him well, and I'm sure he's going to kill it, whatever he is doing.
Right. Well, thank you for the comment, Tim. And very quickly, we are approaching up to the first hour. So first, I just want to thank Jackson, Anthony, Ryan, and Elliot for jumping on for the first hour. Very quickly, I'm going to go each one of you guys. I'm going to start with you, Jackson. If you just want to plug what you've got coming up onto your channel.
Yeah, of course. So, I'll just be reviewing new movies coming out. So, I think I said in my last video that I was going to try and catch up with some of the Oscar stuff that I haven't seen recently. Definitely, I want to review that Polish movie E.O. about the donkey. Maybe something like Women Talking or Tar. Certainly, I haven't checked out yet. So stuff like that, and then maybe I also wanted to do some like director rankings, and I was thinking of starting soon with Quentin Tarantino, since I've seen all his movies. So yeah, stay tuned to that stuff, and yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, well, it sounds like a cool couple of projects you've got on the horizon, and director ranking something a little bit different. So yeah, please go check out Jackson. The link is down below in the description box for his channel, Horsetooth Cinema. Ryan, what have you got coming up?
Well, I've got the Cocaine Bear review coming up, which looking forward to. I've got, as I say, straying off that a little bit, I've got the craziness that's going to happen on Sunday. The Newcastle fans, it's going to be absolutely mad. So I'm quite looking forward to that. And I'm going to be looking at 10 movies to see before you die. So that'll be interesting.
Nice.
There's some good films on there.
Okay, is it not just Land Before Time 1 to 10?
I haven't got even one on there. I'm sorry.
Nah, you're welcome, dude. It's all good. But yeah, Ryan's got some awesome videos as well on his channel, so go check him out. I'm sure Ryan on that list will probably be 10 movies I've never seen, but we'll wait and see. Elliot, Elliot, what you got coming up?
Oh, top of my head. So we'll have a review for Cocaine Bear, hopefully this weekend if we can. I also still have part 2 of my collaboration with the great D Movie Man. I don't know if he's in the chat. I haven't seen him, but fingers crossed. That will be coming out later this week, where we both sit and talk about a time travel movie called Predestination, which was a lot of fun to get into. We've obviously got the Oscars coming up. I said I'll be doing a live stream for that. I'm still planning on that. I might do a practice live stream beforehand, just so there's no hiccups and I know what I'm doing. And then later in March, I am going to see, funnily enough, in London, I'll be going to see, I don't know if you can see that, Quentin Tarantino. He's doing a book reading in London, and I'm going to see it with Mrs. IMO. So I don't know how much accessibility there'll be for cameras, but if I can make a video out of that trip, I'm certainly planning on it. So it's quite a weird one for March, but a busy one. Yeah.
Right. Hey, that's awesome. And that Quentin Tarantino kind of intimate night with, like, I'm guessing he's doing a Q&A maybe as well?
I certainly hope so. We're quite near the front as well, so I'm just going to stare at him intently until he looks back at me, and I'll be like, Quentin Tarantino stared at me. Yes.
Well, Elliott's got a lot of awesome content as well, so yeah, keep an eye out on his channel, I.M.O Reviews. And then finally, Anthony, what you got coming up?
So yeah, I'll be seeing Cocaine Bear in literally about an hour and a half from now. So you guys can expect a review for that somewhere tonight. I'm not sure what time it'll be up, but I'll definitely be dropping that before I go to bed tonight. Outside of that, I just did a rewatch of The Dark Knight Rises because I don't know if you guys have this, but you just like covered a couple of movies in a franchise and there's like a couple of holes, or you just left the sequel out or something like that. I don't know. That doesn't happen to me too often, but there's a couple of franchises I was like looking through my movie reviews. I'm like, man, I never covered the third movie of this or the second movie of this. So yeah, I covered The Dark Knight and the Batman Begins early on in my time on my channel. So I decided to give that a revisit today. Actually, got a video for that coming out soon. On top of that, I just recently did an interview with a director named Matthew Bauer, who directed a documentary that I also reviewed called The Other Fellow, that is essentially all about people whose names are James Bond. And it's about the curse and the blessing that it is to live with the name James Bond in the real world. And it's pretty crazy, man. Like some of the scenarios that, you know, you would think it's like a silly documentary. And I was like, just kind of in on the silliness of the premise. It's already officially out, so I really recommend it. But then you'd even have a situation where, you know, there was a James Bond that was being searched for by the police for murder, even though he didn't actually murder the person, but the police were looking for him. They didn't have a picture of him, though. And there was another man in the area who was also named James Bond. So people thought it was him that was the murderer, and it like created this huge thing in their life. And it just something as simple as being pulled over by the police and, you know, not having your ID on you and then being like, what's your name? And he's like, James Bond. They think that they're lying, you know, and so they ended up people getting arrested for this. And it's insane. It was actually a pretty interesting documentary. So I just did an interview with the director of that, as well as reviewing that. Land Before Time 6, a top tier video. I mean, a must watch all over YouTube with me and Mike. But yeah, outside of that, you guys can just catch live streams and movie reviews and different things like that on the channel. Thanks for having me on, Mike. I really appreciate it, man.
Yeah, pleasure to have you on, man. And thank you for joining. And Anthony's got a great channel. Please go over and subscribe to him. But yeah, got some guests waiting in the ring. So yeah, I just want to thank Jackson once again from Horsetooth, Anthony, Ryan, and Elliot. And yeah, see you guys soon.
Later, guys. Thanks so much, man.
Thank you guys so much for having me on. Yeah.
Take care, man. All right, and then we've got Jason, who is carrying on for the next hour. But we've got some guests waiting in the rings. First up is Jamie Lee from in the front row. Hey, Jamie.
Hey, what's happening, friends?
Hey, all good. How are you?
Good, thanks. Good. You
Awesome.
sent us your gloomy weather, Mike. It's raining and it's miserable. So I'm like, yay, streaming. Let's do it.
Well, believe it or not, it's actually been quite warm outside today. So.
We've swapped.
I know, right? And we've also got the legend that is Rashad G Reviews. Yo, Rashad.
What's happening, Captain?
Hey, how you doing?
I got the hoodie on. You know what that means.
He's hasn't a haircut.
Haven't shaved my head yet, so yeah, I gotta hide the dome.
Well, great to have you, man. We've also got for the first time, we've got Rodney. Hey, Rodney.
Hey, Mike's on mute.
What's up?
Oh.
That carried over from when we were in college. Hey there, what's going on, man?
Hey, man, how are you?
Good. I actually almost didn't get on here. I live in Wisconsin, in America, so we had an ice storm and we had no power. Our power just got on 30 minutes ago, so I was worried about that, but we're on now, so I'm all good. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Wow.
Nice.
Okay. Are you guys okay though?
Oh yeah, we're fine. I'm freezing because the heat just came back on, but I'm fine.
Oh man.
Well, firstly, I'm just glad you made it, and yeah, welcome. Obviously, you've probably never met Jason, Jamie, or Rashad before, right?
No, I've seen them on here, but I've never met them. So, what's up, guys?
Hey.
Well, great.
By the way, I just want to say real quick, my son's in the other room. I put a movie on for him, so if you can hear, just let me know and I'll have him turn it down. Yeah, he's watching. He's watching Dragon, the Bruce Lee story.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just I can't hear anything for now, so there'll be no kind of copyright issues going on. So you're okay.
Cool. Yeah.
And finally, last but not least, we've got a great friend, Pete from Playtendo. Hey, man.
Hey everyone.
Hey,
Thanks
Pete.
for inviting me, Mike. Hey.
Welcome. Yeah, how you doing?
Not too bad, not too bad. Looking forward to tonight as always. These streams are always great fun.
Yeah, well, pleasure to have you, man. And yeah, thank you all you guys for joining for this next hour. I know Pete and Rashad, you guys are going to be staying on. Very quickly, Jamie, was your early screening by Universal, by the way, packed with Cocaine Bear?
Packed with cocaine or cocaine? No. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. There was a lot of people. I would say there was probably like 60 people, which I think is a lot, but the cinema wasn't full, so no. If that answers the question.
And did you see any famous YouTubers or reviewers there when you went to see it?
None that you would know. They're like local radio people or like TV stars, but yeah, no. I don't want to say no one exciting. That's insulting, but nobody that no is the answer.
Get you. I still can't believe you're not going to go see Creed 3, right?
Sorry, Rashad.
What the hell?
What? Nah, I got nowhere to go with. Come, I've told you, Mike. Our DMs, Rashad, same thing. Get here and I'll go watch it. But no, I'm not going to go watch it.
Who'd you go see Cocaine Bear with?
My husband, because he wanted to watch it, but he doesn't want to watch like sexy guys getting their head beats in. So
it doesn't matter what he wants. No,
it matters what
Thank you.
and I want Jonathan Majors.
You tell me. You say no. We are going to this movie. I don't care what you. I can't speak in the accent, but just tell him. I don't care what you say.
Oh my god.
We going to see Creed.
That was the worst Australian accent ever. That was actually Mike's accent.
I'm sorry. I get the two
shit.
mixed up. My bad.
Oh, too good. But no, to answer your question, Mike, I'm not going to see it. I'll wait till it comes out and then I'll watch it at home. In the pleasure of my own home, I guess you could say.
Yeah. But Jamie, what? Just one last thing. What have you found out that Jonathan Majors is going to be at the premiere there?
Oh, mate. Mate, see you later. What husband? Anyway, all right, on track. Let's go.
Well, welcome you guys for joining me on this hour. So thanks for joining me. We've got quite a few comments to go through, so we will catch up with them. Pete, just to give you a heads up, True Action Star's wife is waiting for you to join.
Yeah, they're here.
So...
Oh, joy.
I know. We've got Joe saying, have a great stream, guys. Can't tune in for too long. So thank you, Joe. Hope you enjoy your trip. Right. He says, neither of these exist. Well, he said, with the release of Raw Cocaine Bear, which one of these movies would you rather watch? Crackhead Wolf or Poppin' Pills Bear?
Ooh. Let's go with the Crackhead Wolf.
Right.
Yeah.
Rodney?
I think I want to see the Crackhead Wolf. That sounds absolutely amazing. So I'll go see that. It's like there's no physical scientific way a bear is gonna pop pills.
Nah.
It did cocaine, so you never know.
Well, in real life, he just snorted it and was like, God, and he just died. They just
died, yeah.
Pete?
I would have to say Crackhead Wolf as well. That sounds like a more fun title.
Seems pretty fun. Jason?
Well, I mean, just on the sound, Crackhead Wolf just has a better ring to it. Popping Pills just has, it's a little harder to say, I would say. So I would rather say Crackhead Wolf, but.
Fair. I would go the same.
Yeah.
Jamie?
Yeah, same with the wolf.
Right.
Yeah. Popping pills sounds like a D12 song or something, you know?
Yeah, Popping Pills Bear sounds like a cereal mascot or something, you know.
Popping Pills Bear sounds like a kids' TV program.
Popping the bear who's popping pills sounds like something Paul W.S. Anderson would make.
Yeah.
It's a good point.
He would.
He would, yeah.
We've got an interesting question here, which I think might be good for Rashad. Lisa says, hey guys. So, hey Lisa. She says, last movie you watched where your opinions seem to be completely different to the general consensus. Well, Rashad, Barbarian, The Northman. I could probably go on.
Yeah. I last year I kind of questioned myself as a moviegoer because it seems like the stuff that I'm liking or the stuff that people say is trash and vice versa. So I'm like, damn, is something wrong with me? You know, I had to do like a Michael Jackson, like Man in the Mirror type moment. Like maybe I'm fucked up. I don't know, but yeah. But I think Barbarian is probably the one that's the most hot take because most people seem to like that movie, and I hated it with a passion. Like I hated it so much. I want to fight the director. That's how bad I hated that movie.
Rashad, we know you really love the 4K nipple, though, right?
The which one?
The 4K nipple in that movie.
Yeah. What the fuck is so special about a movie about it with a hairy nipple in it? Come on, like this movie is genius. How? Explain to me how genius. Well, because it goes in different directions where you don't think it's gonna go. Oh bullshit! The moment you see that nipple, you should check out. You know.
Well, it's great marketing, Rashad, because I feel like every time we've been on a stream, all you've brought up is this freaking nipple. So it's working.
Yeah, well, because Jamie, I wanted to see this in Dolby, right? In Dolby, like 4K. So imagine sitting there, and I sit up close too, because my eyes are bad. So I sit like a row B. Yeah. I sit kind of close, but that motherfucker was right here, poking me in the eye. Like it's amazing I didn't walk out.
Oh shit.
Jeez. Yeah, so I don't even want to talk about it no more.
Yeah.
Gosh.
I don't know how I'm going to top that, Rashad.
Yeah.
I guess very quickly for me, I would probably go the new Ant-Man movie.
You hated that. You hated
that movie. But Jamie really enjoyed that movie, so I guess different opinion. Jamie, have you seen a movie recently where you thought about this one?
I haven't seen the latest Avatar, but I'm going to say Avatar 1 because a lot of people were like so hard on that movie. And I was like, yeah, it was beautiful, but like, that's it. And a lot of people are the opposite. They're like, it's the most incredible thing I've ever seen. And I'm just like, okay, cool. I'm not really a fan.
Hey, that's fair enough. It's not for everyone, to be honest. So
looks pretty, but stories,
Yeah, it's never really like a big masterpiece story with Avatar. It's more about the world building. That's pretty awesome. So it's fair. Rodney, what about you?
I'm with you. I agree with your Ant-Man review. That movie was terrible. I just watched your review last night. You basically hit everything on point. And there's a movie that recently came out called Marlowe with Liam Neeson as a detective. Apparently everyone hates that except me because I can never get enough of Liam Neeson just talking to the audience about nothingness. Like, that's beautiful to me. So I loved it. Everyone else hated it. So I just kind of was like, all right, just little old me.
Okay, yeah, I haven't seen great reviews for that Marlowe, to be honest. So when I heard yours, I was like, oh wow, someone really enjoyed it, Great example is Jason with Pinocchio from last year.
Yeah,
I would say Jason, right?
Great example.
Well, Jason has a few hot takes because I know you're not a fan of the Spider-Man movies, any of them, and I'm like that hurt my feelings.
And same with Everything All at Once or whatever. You didn't like that one, did you, Jason? Everyone else did.
No.
Yeah. Hot takes, Jason.
When I put my top 10 worst movie list up, everybody was like, like Pete put, I think, a top 10 movies of the year.
Yeah.
And 5 or 6 of those movies were on my top 10 worst movies of the year. And same thing with Anthony Perez when he subbed to my channel like not that long ago, I think. And one of the first videos I think he saw was my top 10 like worse. And he's like, yeah, 5 or 6 of those movies are like my top 10 favorite movies of the year. So, yeah, I have the exact opposite view of movies than a lot of people. I feel like I just like everything all at once. I didn't like Banshees of Inisherin. I hated Pinocchio. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. I hated. Yeah, and everybody loves those movies, and so I'm just completely opposite.
But you know what? I'll give you a pass everything everywhere all at once, because I think that's one of those movies where either you love it or you hate it, because it's so out there where, you know what I'm saying? Like for you, if you say you hate it, I can understand why, because it's weird as shit, you know. But personally, I dug it. But so that one I give you a pass, but not for Spider-Man. I can't forgive you for Spider-Man, bro. Yeah. I'm like, is there any Spider-Man movie you like? You said no, I hated all of them. I'm like, oh.
Up to No Way Home. No Way Home is the one I like, but
okay. But
all the other ones, I didn't like.
Well, even the Tobey Maguire ones.
No, I think Tobey Maguire is just a really bad actor, and Kirsten, what's her name? Kirsten Dunst, I think, is a really terrible actress. And watching those movies are so campy. I think maybe I'm not a Sam Raimi fan. It might be maybe the problem.
Okay.
Yeah, so Evil Dead 2 is not in your collection, I'm assuming.
Probably not.
I think Evil Dead 2 is like the most Sam Raimi movie ever made.
Right. Yeah, Jason, you've definitely got a lot of hot takes though, but I appreciate though. It's something different, right? You're always gonna get a different opinion normally from Jason.
But Rodney looked like he agreed with me, so.
Oh yeah, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio is bad, and I hated Banshees of Inisherin.
Okay,
it's overrated. It's just Colin Farrell just with his eyebrows like this the entire movie saying stuff, and I didn't like that. That's what it was. I did not like it.
Colin Farrell's eyebrows are like that.
They were.
Was Colin Farrell, sorry if you're watching, by the way, but you just got grief, so it's all good. Pete, what about you?
I can think of 2 films, both from last year. One of them is Elvis. Everybody seemed to love it, but for me, it just didn't work for me. And another one, I know it's one of Mike's least favourite films of the year, but it was one of my favourites, and that was Men. A lot of people hated that film. I went into it, I was like, oh, it's going to be awful. And I was like, yeah, this is really good. I liked it. And then I saw your review and I saw AJ's review. I think AJ really hated it as well, didn't he?
Yes, I didn't hate the movie though. I like, don't get me wrong, I didn't think it was amazing. I thought it was pretty good. I think for me, Men, right? I think a couple of you guys have seen this movie. Is I really enjoyed the first 2 acts, but that third act lost me completely, you know. So I kind of checked out.
Well, at least you watched it. I avoided that shit. Like most A20, if it's A24 horror, I know most likely I'm not gonna like it. So I avoided that. And then I watched if you know Q Reviews, he had like a whole video breaking down the movie. And when he broke it down, I said, yeah, I'm glad I skipped this one because I don't want to see that shit.
You're full of sleep, Rashad.
The ending is certainly something stomach churning.
Yeah. I'm good. Yeah, the hairy nipple is where I stop. You know?
When we drop the nipple, the government is watching this.
We are still bringing out this fucking nipple. Bloody hell! Why you put Rashad on
took away from that film is the hairy nipple.
The nipple.
I mean, listen. I don't mind nipples. I like nipples, man, but not when they're like hairy and we act like cool, you know.
Get off of the shit!
Rashad.
All right, I'm good. All right, I'm done. No
I
more
don't
nipple
think you're
talk.
good. I don't trust you anymore.
I promise you that's it. No more nipple talk.
Rashad, you always bring the comedy, so it's all good. We've got Adam saying, "Hey, Mike, Jason, Jim Lee, Pete, Rodney, and Rashad. How you all doing?"
Hey, Adam.
Hey, Adam.
Well, we've got Connie. Perez says, "Rashad and Mike, why are you obsessed with Pete and Liz?"
This is our DMs coming to life, you guys. Get out of here, Perez. Get out of here.
I don't think I'm obsessed with Peyton Liz. I mean, she's a very attractive young lady, you know,
right.
who knows how to kick ass, and she's very easy on the eyes, man. So I wouldn't say obsessed, attracted to, yeah, but not obsessed. Nah.
Right. Same to you, Sean.
Obsessed is Lupita Nyong'o, because after I saw Wakanda Forever, I actually did get drunk that night and get in her DM, like true story. I actually went in her DM and I expressed my true feelings for her. But fortunately, but fortunately, I guess the way her account is set up, if she doesn't know you, then she can't read your messages. So luckily, she didn't read what I wrote. But I kept it very classy. I didn't say anything out the way. I just admired her.
What did you say, Rashad?
I said something along the lines of, I loved you in the movie. I think you were a very beautiful, attractive black woman, beautiful queen and all that stuff. And, I kept it real classy, And somewhere in my drunk mind, I thought she was going to respond back, but she didn't because she couldn't.
You're missing out, eh?
Speaking of obsessed, has everyone seen the Pedro Pascal edits ever since he's been in The Last of Us and everything?
Yes.
Like, why is that man everywhere now?
That's
I'm not
true.
complaining.
You're right. Yeah, I see him a lot now, more than ever.
Like, and he was in Kingsman and stuff. Back then I was just like, it's Pedro Pascal, and I see him now. I'm like, oh, he's everywhere. He's gonna be a Mandalorian on March 1st. So I'm like, I'm gonna have more of this man, and I don't want to deal with it anymore. Like, I'm nothing. I'm just sick of seeing it.
Well, at least in Mandalorian, you won't see his face because he never takes his helmet off. So, you know what I mean? Yeah.
The way everyone is, they'll make edits with him with the helmet on. Like, no one cares.
Yeah, he is everywhere at the moment, especially the memes as well. I've seen them as well, Rodney. You're right. We've got Josh. We were commenting a little bit earlier about The Whale. He said, I rewatched The Whale this week and I still don't like it at all. And then we've got Lisa saying, I love The Whale, but I'm a bit biased as I'd like to see Brendan Fraser actually show how great of an actor he actually is. And then Josh is saying, the writer of The Whale tries to compare himself to one of literature and try to be profound. It really put me off the emotion he was trying to hit you with. So yeah, no, Rashad, you've seen The Whale. Have any of you other guys seen The Whale?
No.
Rodney, what do you think?
I said this in my review. So Brendan Fraser and Sadie Sink and everyone in there, the performances are phenomenal. Like, Brendan Fraser made me depressed to watch Brendan Fraser in the movie. But the actual script and film itself is okay. It's just a drama. It's just a big melodramatic thing. But the performances are good. Well, that's what carries the movie. The actual film is, like, if you took Brendan Fraser out of that and just put someone else in there, it probably wouldn't have worked as well, honestly.
I agree 100%. Yeah, 100%.
Right.
I think it's a little overrated. Remember before the movie dropped, they was like, "This is the masterpiece of a lifetime." Once in a lifetime performance. Like, it got like a 5-minute standing ovation, and and this is no knock, but I mean, the man just suffered. He just struggled the whole fucking movie. Like, it was so bad to where I didn't want to eat no more. I had a big ass tub of popcorn. And like the one time I saw him like kind of gagging and sweating and shit, I put that damn popcorn down and said, I don't want to touch food no more. I'm done. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm in college to become an English teacher, so I was just watching the movie like, yeah, I don't think I want to do that anymore. I was like, I'm not doing English.
Yeah, but I agree 100%, man. The performances were like top notch, but yeah, the movie itself was all right, I mean, I didn't shed no tears. I'm a big water bag. I'm sensitive. It doesn't take much to make me cry, and I ain't shed not one tear. I was just like, all right, that happened. On to the next.
Yeah, I remember seeing your review for Rashad as well, and can you see that as well? Pete, have you got a chance to see it yet?
I haven't seen The Whale yet, and I've heard a lot of mixed opinions on it. I know Josh wasn't a fan, but I've heard quite a few, like 8 or 9s out of 10s. It looks like it's going to be an interesting watch, but it's based on like a stage play, and I've heard that the story of that wasn't very good. So I guess the main selling point here is Brendan Fraser himself.
Right. Yeah, definitely agree. Jamie, is it a movie you think you would check out?
Nah, it looks boring.
No. It hasn't got Aston Kutcher in as well, so
right. And I'm pissed off with that at the moment anyway. I'm like, I'm just gonna rewatch like fucking 2000s movies, man. Fuck this shit.
But Jamie, you loved Your Place of Mine though, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Get out of here, Mike. Get out.
We've got Tim. He's saying, seeing as the seeing as the Oscars are coming up soon, just wanted to hear your thoughts about the best picture nominations. I don't know who's in the category. I'll have to go back to Jason's video. He says, personally, I want Everywhere Everything All at Once, Tara Banshees to win. Out of that three, I would say Everything Everywhere, personally. But what about you guys?
I mean, shit. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You go, Rashad. You go, man.
Oh no, I was gonna say. I mean, hell, if I had my own Oscars, Way of Water would win Best Picture, because to me that movie just blew everything away. I mean, yeah, you could say it didn't have a tight narrative, or it had real shallow characters, whatever you. But look, that was the movie going experience that I've been longing for a long time, and it gave me that. So yeah, if I'm picking, Way of Water, which I think is nominated also, isn't it, for Best Picture?
Yeah,
I think. Yeah, it has my vote.
Yeah, I would want to see that one win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I forgot about the nominations because I think Tim's also adding here. As long as Elvis and Top Gun Maverick don't win out.
Dude, Top Gun Maverick has a lot of haters, man. I don't understand that. That movie was, that shit single-handedly saved cinemas, man. So give the movie its respect.
I agree.
Tom Cruise is like the last of a dying breed of like movie stars. Like, he's a fucking not an actor, but he's a star. And he saved cinemas, man. So give that man his respect.
I love Top Gun Maverick. I'm so glad it got nominated. That was my favorite movie of last year, but it's never going to win at the Oscars. And Elvis isn't going to win either. I didn't love Elvis the movie. I liked Austin Butler as Elvis, which made me in turn an Elvis fan because I had never heard of Elvis much before then. But honestly, I think Everything Everywhere All at Once, I'd probably go with that for Best Picture. It's probably going to end up winning anyway, but if not, I would really see. Speaking of Avatar, real quick, before I move on, we all move on. Can we just say, why is anyone nominated for visual effects against Avatar: The Way of Water? Why is there even a category this year? Why is there a category for that award?
Exactly. Just give it to him, man. Just like, no contest. Here it is.
Just like, hey, Cameron, catch. There.
But the funny thing is, though, that visual effects category, it'll probably be like the movie that's got like the least visual effects in it, be like, that'll be the winner. More than likely.
That's usually how it happens. Like what beat? Because I was mad when Infinity War lost. I'm like, who the fuck beat Infinity War? And I think, what was it? What beat Infinity War that year? Was it 1917?
Yeah, I think it was.
Really? Yeah. Which was good. It was good. Don't get me wrong. Like I dug the movie, but come on, man, Thanos. Dude, that should have won by itself just for that. Just for him.
Well, that was also when Sam Mendes was riding off of Skyfall and Spectre, and he was all that in a bag of chips, and now he's just kind of. I mean, I haven't heard of Sam Mendes in a while, honestly.
Yeah.
He hasn't done much.
Yeah.
It's true.
Pete, what do you think?
I don't really know all the nominations, but going by what Timmy says, I probably will have to go with Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's just such a creative, varied film. It's all over the place. If you turn your eyes off it for like 5 minutes, you're completely lost. But there's nothing else quite like it. So, yeah, I'd say that one.
Yeah, great pick. Jamie, which one would you like to say you win?
I haven't watched any of them, so no comment.
Okay. Jason?
Well, I'll tell you what they are since I'm obsessed with the Oscars. So, you got Everything Everywhere All at Once. You got Avatar 2: The Way of Water, Top Gun Maverick, Elvis, Women Talking, Triangle of Sadness, Tar, Fabelmans, Banshees of Inisherin, and then there's one more. I'm forgetting now.
Is it Top Gun or Elvis, maybe?
Don't be surprised with Fabelmans, because the Fabelmans, not a lot of people saw that movie, but that movie was pretty fucking good. Yeah.
Oh, there's one more in there. I'm already forgetting. But I've seen 8 of the 10 so far, and I would say 5 of them I absolutely hated. Thought they were one of the worst movies I've ever seen. 2 of them I didn't like. But like Elvis and Fabelmans, I didn't like, but they're not terrible. And Top Gun's the only movie I liked out of the 8 that I've seen. I mean, this is a horrible list of movies, in my opinion. It's one of the worst Oscars I've ever seen. List of movies, but the last 5 years, the list of movies have been just horrible. What happened to the days of Lord of the Rings: Return of the King, Braveheart, Forrest Gump, Titanic? Why can't we get back to those days where those movies win Best Picture? We don't get really great movies that make a lot of money that win anymore, and I wish we can go back to that.
I was about to say they don't even make those kind of caliber of movies no more, really, man. To be honest, but like those you just named, shit. Like nowadays, those come like very rarely.
Well, Endgame was so good. I don't get why that doesn't get nominated, in my opinion.
Because it's superhero. It's not a real
what it is.
movie.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not
exactly
cinema.
what it is.
Yeah, it's not cinema.
People don't class it, and
So
because everything is so oversaturated. There's so much superhero content at the moment. Everyone's so over it, and so movies like that are fucking phenomenal just get thrown into this box of it's superhero, it doesn't count, and it's so insulting because they're beautiful movies. But yeah, if people aren't into superhero because they're tired of it, then it just gets tossed out.
Yeah, like honestly, the Batman, I was shocked did not get a nomination for Best Picture.
Yeah.
That shocked the hell out of me because that was genuine art. That was like cinema. And like on the perspective of how they don't make films the way they used to, I took my sister to see Titanic for the first time because she's never seen it. She's 23, by the way. And she left the theater crying and just said, they just don't make movies like that anymore. I was like, no, we don't. They don't. Yeah. Like, that's a movie.
Yeah.
Fast.
Good point. Good point. Just a couple of quick comments. Lisa said, I think everything everywhere all at once will win. I'm in the minority of just not enjoying the movie. Yes, a couple of people feel the same, Lisa. Sure.
I think that's the moment.
Yeah, I think it's the favorite.
It's got 11 nominations or something like that, which is the most nominations.
Wow.
Oh, All Quiet on the Western Front. That's the other movie. I forgot. That's the
okay.
Yeah.
I think everything everywhere is going to probably sweep up a lot of awards. I think.
Damn.
Got Tim saying, I hope so, not to find because I thought it was easily the best film of the year. Still upset that Decision to Leave got completely snubbed.
Yeah, that was shocking. That's a great film.
Yeah, I missed that one, Pete, at the cinema. I was a bit gutted, being honest. But is it on physical media now? Is that right?
Yeah, it is. I've got a physical copy of it. It came out on the movie label a couple of weeks ago.
Wow, okay. Okay, I'm gonna have to check it out. I'm glad that's on physical releasing as well now. Can have a look. Lisa says, I cannot wait for Cocaine Bear.
Yes. I got my ticket for tomorrow, 1:15 p.m.
You're gonna love it, Rashad. You're gonna have a ball.
Oh man, I can't wait. I should have a couple of shots before I go see it, just to heighten the experience.
Take a bag of sherbet with you. You'll be fine.
Oh no!
all Rashad needs is a sequel: Cocaine Bear versus Rocky, and he'll be there.
Okay, I'm with that. Yeah, shit. Right. If Rocky climbed the mountain, why can't you fucking fight a cocaine bear?
It's a cocaine bear.
Yeah, shit. By Rocky 4, he became a superhero. So look, yeah, you can do it all.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. You'll enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm excited. Lisa says Evil Dead Rise looks like it could be a fun one. Absolutely. Can't wait for that one. Rodney, you don't think so?
No. Sorry.
You don't like the Evil Dead movies?
I've just never gotten into them, honestly. It's just one of those things where, like, everybody says it's like Game of Thrones. Everyone told me it's like Game of Thrones is great, and I watched it and I was like, all right, that's fine. Like, I don't know. Just there's some things I've not gotten into. That's one of them.
Yeah. Well, just to correct that, Game of Thrones was great until that last season. The last season, they just said fuck it and dropped the ball and just did not care where the ball went. So yeah, up until season 6, it was dope. After that, I don't know what happened.
I mean, I was invested in the whole like Targaryen thing. I was like, that's cool, and then I was like, oh well, that went nowhere. So that's cool.
Yeah, because you think about the whole series led up to the whole the battle against the winter. You know what I'm saying? The Frost King, whatever the hell he was called.
Yeah.
Like the whole series led up to that moment.
Yeah.
And then that battle was so lackluster. You're like, damn, so all that for that?
Yeah.
What?
And it was like an hour and 15-minute episode or something. It was like a movie.
Yeah.
And you couldn't see anything because it was dark. It was
right.
terrible.
Yeah, it was way too dark. It went way too fast. And I'm like, wow, that was
so
big
long.
letdown. Yeah. Big letdown.
Yeah, I still haven't seen it yet. I know like what happens in the story, but yeah, Rashad, I heard your take on it and I was like, nah, I'm good.
You're better off watching Sopranos, man.
Yeah, I'd rather try
greatest show of all time.
Yeah, I've seen the first episode of Sopranos. It was okay. As far as I got.
That's as far. Wow. So you had no interest after that?
Oh no, I just didn't get around to the next episode. That's all.
Mike, no, you need to sit down. You got to listen. I don't know if you got HBO Max, but you need to sit down and watch that entire series. What's the matter with you?
I've got to watch Gladiator first, Rashad. Before I do it.
Fair enough.
So we'll get there.
Can't wait to collab on that one, bro. That's gonna be a fun one.
Be soon, I promise. I'll hit you up in December.
December. This guy. And don't laugh. No, don't encourage him. Don't encourage him.
It's not often that
Is
Mike
December this year, or is it December next year?
Next year. And by that point, Rashad's probably watched it another 5 times by then. So.
Oh man, I must have seen Gladiator at least 20 times. I love that movie. That's one of my all-time favorites. Like, especially like if you want to get yourself like pumped up, strength and honor. So you almost knocked my damn table over trying to imitate the shit. What we do in life echoes in eternity.
I will get to it. Don't worry, Rashad. I'm going to hit you up soon.
Yeah.
And I'll shock you. Don't worry. We've got Josh doing my most anticipated movies from Sundance and John Wick 4. John Wick 4 coming out next month. Jason's going to go see it 10 times in the cinema. So
yeah, I'm gonna do that. I feel like though it's getting more expensive going to the movie theater. I heard that they're raising prices depending on where you are in the theater.
I heard that's some bull. I don't think that's gonna last long. That's some bullshit. How the hell are you gonna charge me for where I sit?
That's weird. I've never
I
heard
really
that.
don't to theater. I still don't go.
Well, they do that. So when you guys got that announcement in America, Peter can probably relate with this, but there's a cinema chain here called Vue, spelled VUE, and they do the same thing where they charge a different price for where you sit.
Yeah, same. We have an independent one near where we are, and they are upwards of £16 a seat, depending on where you sit. The cheapest one's about 11. The most expensive is 16. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So what's the thing? What's the logic behind that? Like, what's the thinking behind it? Are you just trying to get more money, or did they say, well, concerts do it, so how come we can't do it? Because it's a live concert, dipshit. We're all watching the same screen in the same damn room. This doesn't make sense to me.
And where do they draw the line at like which seat becomes the next most expensive? Like, is it row C or is it row D? Like, how do you justify that shit?
I don't know. I sit in row B anyway, so I'm good. I sit in row B.
Yeah, you're up the front. You're cheap.
You can see the nipples, right, Rashad? So you can see the nipples.
Exactly. I see that. I see. I didn't bring it up. You said it.
No, you did. I did it. That was me.
All right.
I won.
All right.
So what is going
What is the last one?
What if you buy a seat in the back, and then you see an open seat in the front, and you just go sit in the front seat?
Well, that might suck for me, because I like to sit up close too, because I usually have the whole row to myself.
Well,
I don't have nobody
stop you from moving to the other seat. I don't know.
I don't understand why they would do it and not just have like different cinemas. Like we have gold class, which is where you pay more money because you get like extra, not rewards, but like it's more luxurious, I guess you could say. So why don't they just have like a whole cinema that's cheaper, like a whole theater, whatever you guys call it, that's cheaper? If like, why would the seating be such a thing? Just open a whole new cinema.
Because it's America.
Americans.
corporate greed, man. Corporate greed.
True.
But Rashad's lucky though, because for the front seats it's like $1. No one wants to sit there.
That's what I said.
But the thing is, when they change it, guess what? Because I like to have the row to myself. So when they change it, now I'm gonna have people sitting next to me, and I don't like people sitting next to me. I had too many bad experiences with people.
They won't stay long, Rashad. It's okay. You'll start snoring and they'll fuck right off. We'll pay the extra money to go to the next row.
Jamie, I snore loud too, girl. I snore very loud. Yeah.
Let's change.
Yeah. I saw a house party and I'm sitting in row B and there was people like all the way up there and they heard me. That's how loud I was. I was doing my ugly snore before I walked out. It was bad.
That's good.
Yeah.
I was going to say, Rashad, try to stop yourself from snoring. You'll probably be like a Clockwork Orange when he's got them things on his eyes.
Well, shit, I fell asleep on Ant-Man. I think I fell asleep by halfway through Ant-Man. I was out.
The latest one?
Huh?
The Quantumania one or the first Ant-Man?
No, the Quantumania. I fell asleep halfway through.
Rashad.
I'm
Come
dead.
on.
Listen, okay, yeah, there was some exciting stuff that happened, but there was this Jamie. There was a stretch of like exposition that just went on and on and on. I'm like, dude, this is not a comic book. I don't need all this exposition. Just give me visuals and a visual story. They just kept.
I thought you would love it because it's Star Wars.
Huh?
I thought you would love the like Star Wars feel to it all.
It was all right. It was all right. But when they started doing a lot of this, I did a lot of this. too much of that going on. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, at least one of us had a sleep. I wish I did.
Yeah, man. I tried. Trust me, I tried. I mean, I didn't hate the movie. It was okay, but it just put me to sleep.
They didn't miss much, so you're okay.
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay. We've got two action start of the deal. Here we go. He says the wife is
oh
getting
gosh.
excited for Pete.
Oh Jesus.
Oh gosh, Pete. What do you do to this poor lady? Every time you're on, she's just
know. Is Pete coming on soon?
gushing.
There'll be a tidal wave when he's joining.
Oh my goodness.
Got the puppy train and pads and towels.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Oh, Pete.
Sorry, Rob.
Make me cry.
There was friend.
She is thirsty.
Oh, last night, the final 10 minutes, it just went completely off rails with Jamie and her action staff.
I don't even want to know about this next one, Pete.
My gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're going way off track here, but yeah.
He's on a roll.
Do you want me to send you back in, Mike, or you good? What the hell?
Well, True Action's back. He's like, for me, gotta love some Julia Roberts to get my sword go skyward.
Oh my god.
Okay. Yeah, looks like you turning red over there, bro. You all right?
Oh.
Got plenty of questions to ask Pete.
Oh god.
You are very popular, Pete, in their household.
Yeah, yes.
It seems to be.
Right, we'll go past the perverted questions. Let's get to the next one. We've got Tim saying Will Cocaine and Coke Kelly and
Cocaine. Oh yeah, it's gonna make some good money. It's gonna make Megan money, I think. Just like Megan was a surprise. I think Cocaine gonna do some good. Numbers.
There'll be a lot of people watching that. That'd be a big success.
I mean, the title alone gets people interested, does it not? Like a bear on cocaine. Who doesn't want to watch that shit? Come on.
And honestly, there's no competition in the theaters against it really right now. It's on its own. That is the big film, and then everyone else is gonna, because everyone was smart enough to move down a little, let Cocaine. I think Cocaine Bear is like, it's the equivalent of the movie Speed, where it's like the premise is so simple: a bear gets high and it goes to town.
Yeah.
Just watch
that's the best part about it. Like that's the simplicity of the plot. That's what you are there for. That's what you want to see. So yeah, and honestly, I think it's very bold with some of the decisions that they make. Like you think, oh, surely they're not going to do that. Surely they're not going to show that, and then just
don't spoil it. I'm going to say tomorrow.
Don't
spoil it. Don't spoil it.
Oh no spoilers.
And I'm surprised I'm surprised Universal Studios had the balls to put out a movie like that, because Universal is very conservative, a lot of times. So yeah, the fact they took a risk on something like that, damn.
And they took a risk.
And they hired Elizabeth Banks too, which I didn't think would be a Universal move. Like, she's not very aligned with the way they think. That's an odd thing that they actually were like, oh yeah, let's hire Elizabeth Banks. She'd be a cool director.
Right. Oh, she directed the movie?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
So the director of Pitch Perfect directed Cocaine Bear.
Yep. Yes. That's what I'm saying, man.
Wow.
There's no sense in this world.
Wow.
Didn't she also do the recent Charlie's Angels film as well?
Yeah. Damn. Okay.
But to be honest though, is Pitch Perfect movies Universal as well? or not?
Shit, I haven't seen those movies in so long. I don't remember.
I think it might be. I think you're right there.
Yeah, I think they're under the Universal umbrella. I think, Pete, if I'm not mistaken. So I mean, she could always have a good relationship with them, you know. So they're like, oh, who can direct a wild movie? We'll go Elizabeth Banks, you know.
I forgot. I was forced to watch those movies, so I don't even remember. My daughter was into that shit, and she was like, "Dad, can you please watch Pitch Perfect with me?" All right, whatever, man.
You were singing along, Rashad. You don't need to lie to us, buddy. It's a safe space. This is a safe place.
Actually, the first one actually wasn't too bad. The first one, from what I remember, wasn't too bad. The second one, I was like, I'd rather, I'd rather eat cat shit with a knit needle than to watch that second one again. I just, yeah.
Well, Jamie, that's why he's got his hood up. He's getting ready for the riff off in a minute. We got Traction says, fourth on the show, Dempsey and Makepeace. Have you guys heard of this one?
Haven't heard of it.
That's an old British show from 70s or 80s, I think.
Oh, okay.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
I think it's like a cop show.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never seen it though. We've got Andy Like Stuff channel. So hi, Andy says, what are your thoughts on Brandon Lee's The Crow and the sequels?
I love The Crow. I had the poster in my room when I was in high school, because I was a big Bruce Lee fan. So of course I became a big Brandon Lee fan, and heart broke when he died. So The Crow's like his last movie, man. So The Crow, it was bittersweet to watch because it was his last movie. But I loved it, man. I was like, it just showed you what could have been. You know what I mean? Because he had a very promising career ahead of him. The sequels all sucked, though. Yeah.
Yeah, didn't hear good things about the sequels, to be honest. Rashad, guess what?
So,
not seen the movie.
You haven't seen The Crow? What the hell?
Of course not.
Well,
have any of y'all seen The Crow?
I haven't seen it either.
Okay.
I never even heard of it till a couple of years ago.
Oh man, well that's the film where Brandon Lee got killed on. He got shot with a dummy bullet and actually pierced his chest and killed him for real. So that was his last film.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
Well, Mike, you ain't seen shit,
I didn't even know there were sequels to it. I just thought there was the first one. And that's it.
I don't know if they came out in theater. They might have been just direct to DVD kind of stuff.
The second one had a theatrical release. The second one was called City of Angels, I think.
Yeah.
And the third one was a direct to video sequel.
Yeah, they definitely didn't do much compared to the first one, but I doubt anybody could name them the second, third one.
Shit, wait a minute. Did it? Correct me if I'm wrong. Did Edward Furlong play the Crow in one of the movies?
I don't know.
I don't know, Rashad. I've not seen them.
I gotta look that up, man. Unless I was having a fever dream or something, I could have sworn Edward Furlong.
Eddie Furlong, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
But of course, Mike, the wrestler Sting, kind of got his look off of the Crow.
I could definitely tell the resemblance.
Yeah, which I was a big Sting fan because I loved his look. I love the Crow look; it's so cool. I just really like the whole costume and everything.
Yeah, I could tell it was very similar to Sting when I saw the Brandon Lee's photo of the. I've seen lots of photos of the movie. I've just never seen it.
I knew what he did. He did play the Crow. Yes, it's called The Crow Wicked Prayer, starring Edward Furlong. Yep, 2005.
Oh, wow. Eddie Furlong.
Wow.
Yeah, it's on Tubi right now.
That tells you what kind of movie it is.
Not good. We've got Ryan in the house. So, hey, Ryan, he says, did you hear about Eli Roth making a Thanksgiving slasher with Addison Rae and Patrick Dempsey?
No.
Ooh.
I mean, Addison Rae, the TikToker?
Yeah. Isn't Dempsey the guy from Grey's Anatomy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I hate that guy. Oh, God, no.
Patrick Dempsey, yeah, he was a heartthrob in the late 80s, early 90s, man. He was, all the girls were crazy about him.
No, I have that sister I told you about forced me to watch Grey's Anatomy. I hate everything that is related to that show, minus Sandra Oh for Killing Eve. That was different. That was good.
Okay, yeah. Jamie, I know it's slasher, so I'm assuming you're not going to see.
Yeah,
this one.
you lost me at Thanksgiving and then slasher. Nah, out. Don't even know who the hell Addison Rae is, so nah, I'm going. So fam.
Jimmy, you don't like slashes?
No.
I
I did like.
I thought Terrifier 2 was your favorite movie from last year.
Get out.
Oh,
I was like,
dang.
I don't even want to watch freaking Mike's, as soon as there's a clown, yeah, nah, and then add slasher, yeah, nah. We're not going there. No clowns.
Lord.
Nah.
Damn.
No slashes.
Wow.
Okay.
Jamie, we're going to do a slasher watch along someday.
Nah. A bear ripping people to shreds is enough slasher
Yeah,
for me. Thanks. I'll stick to the cute cuddly bear that sometimes gets high.
Oh shit.
Then a year
Pete,
for
what-
movies.
is that
You
you?
got Winnie the Pooh and you got Cocaine Bear. It's a good
Oh no.
year for bear, evidently.
I grew up on Winnie the Pooh, and Mike, you watched it. You suffered through that, and then put out this review where you looked like your life essence had left your body. And I was like, no, I'm not watching this. He looks dead inside now.
Listen, Mike, I relate. There's some movies where I watch where I'm just like sleepwalking through my review because that's how much I don't want to talk about it. I feel you on that, bro.
Well, Mike was all negative in the review, and Mike is usually very nice to filmmakers.
Yeah.
I was like, shit, I don't want to see this anymore.
I didn't want to see it to begin with. What do you
Exactly,
mean
like
anymore?
this was like the thing, like, oh, don't do it.
Yeah, the final straw.
I try to stay positive, but sometimes, like, I was like, yeah, if you like this movie, get the hell out of here.
Well, Mike, even when you trash me, like when you trashed Quantumania, right? You're like the nicest. You have like the nicest, most pleasant rant I've ever seen. Like most people, like me, when I rant, I talk shit and I'm like nasty. But Mike, you talk shit like, fuck this movie, and and it's just complete trash. I'm like, it's just so elegant, you know what I'm saying?
The great thing about being British.
Exactly. Like I was over on my channel, I saw Velma, and I'm swearing in the video and yelling, and I turn on him for Ant-Man the Wasp. He's like, I didn't really care for it much. It wasn't that great. Oh, Mike's nice.
I think Mike is the only one that can shit on the movie and make it sound cool,
And have the director write to him and be like, thank you for the review.
Yeah, thank you for your honesty, Mike.
You're a fine person.
Yeah. When you need to break up with someone, Mike is the man to do it. Because you'll be like, I feel so great, even though I'm so hurt.
If you have to fire somebody, man, Mike's the guy to go say, yo, Mike, go fire that guy. And he'll be shaking Mike's hand and ask him to go for a beer afterwards, man. That's how nice to fire him.
If all that UFO stuff that was happening actually takes place, we're getting Mike over here in America to talk to the aliens. And then they won't kill us. I'm like, yeah, talk to Mike.
I understand what you want to do, but the obvious is it's not the right thing to do. So if you could just go back the other way, everything would be cool. You're like, damn.
And then in the background we can. And I'm not being political. I'm just doing this for fun. We have Joe Biden. We have Joe Biden in the background, like, yeah, you gotta understand. And there's a peach, and you stuck it in the cellar. And that, never mind, man. What? Like.
Oh man.
There's all love in this, Mike. We love you.
We all love you, Mike.
On that note, you got to excuse me. I got to take my son to the car real quick, man. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I think we need a break anyway. So.
Shit. I'm literally crying. Seriously though, Mike sent me after Quantumania. I got like an almost 12-minute message, and I was like, "Fuck." Damn, we're going to go into it. And same thing what Rashad said. All of it was so positive. But he's like, I've just got a problem with this. But the way that he said it was so kind. I was like, oh, this is a rant? Okay, go for it, bud. Like, it was so polite. Oh, fuck. And even, like, when you go to him about life stuff, I'm like, Mike, I'm pissed off. Like, I want to rant and I want to rave and I'm fucking everywhere and swearing. And Mike's like, look, Jamie, these are your two options. And just so, like, calm about it. He's so cool. This is what you can do. I love it. You're good dude, Mike.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
It's the old age kicking in, Jamie. I've just chilled out in my old age.
No, I always wonder, does Mike ever get mad? I just can't imagine him getting mad.
I don't think I've ever seen you get really nasty in your reviews. You've always been like, this film is awful, but I'm really smiley and really happy with it. It's just like...
I mean, you know, it's borderline really bad when he says fuck. Like if he swears, that's when it's getting a little bit, ooh, it must have been a little bit heated. But yeah,
Mike is like if a golden retriever was intelligent, polite, and regal. That is Mike.
Okay.
Okay. Just happy about the world.
Yeah.
I always just try to stay positive in my reviews if I can. But there is some movies that tip me over the edge, though. So, what one day you got to see a full-on swearing video, and then that's when you're like pissed. But until then, yeah, you're gonna get pleasant, professional Mike. Until then, so it's all good. Ryan says, "I agree. Jason Cocaine Bear looks bad. Streaming movie. I thought that'll be up Ryan's alley, to be fair, but."
So did I. Yeah, because he's into like the slashery horror sort of.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. He also says, I haven't seen one trailer for Creed 3. I don't think they've promoted it well. Maybe on social media, but never seen the trailer at the theatre. I've seen it a couple of times, at least.
Yeah.
I think it's a good thing I haven't seen it on the big screen, to be fair, but I have seen it a lot.
Well, of course you have. Jonathan Majors is there, right? Yes, so.
Yeah, I was going to leave it at that. I've seen it a lot.
I know everyone's comparing Jonathan Majors like, oh, it's Kang. Am I the only guy who thinks of him in Devotion? Like, am I the only guy who thinks of him as that role primarily?
Maybe.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm the only one who's like the dude from the airplane movie, and everyone's like, no, Kang. I'm like, oh, okay, shoot. It's Kang. Okay, whatever.
He first showed up in Loki, like the last episode of Loki season 1. I never heard of Jonathan Majors, and I was like, who's this guy? And I was so unimpressed by that I was like, I didn't care for Jonathan Majors.
You're kidding, Jace.
Yeah.
You didn't like him in Loki 1.
No, I was like, I don't get this character or what's going on. I was confused, and
I loved him. He was so quirky and fun, and like even little things like taking the piss out of like his own appearance. You know, like there was a scene there. And he was talking about the different Kangs, and he's like, oh, sometimes we're pleasant, you know, we shake each other's hands, and, you know, nice suit, nice shoes, nice nose, you know, things like that. Oh, just so, anyway, I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's like, for me, Jimmy, like, I agree. I liked him in Loki, and I think in Ant-Man, I liked his Kang outfit, and that scene where in the jail. I'm not saying much because I know Pete and Jason's not seen it, so I don't want to spoil it. Yeah, I liked them like that, though. Preferred him in Loki.
One thing I did like is, okay, I did not. You saw I had my friends and everything. We did not like Ant-Man and the Wasp, but Quantumania. But the one thing I liked was Jonathan Majors' performance, because you could tell, despite the script is not the best, I love that before he says something, he'd go like this and like pause like he's thinking, and then he'll say something like he's trying to outsmart people. His performance is good. Just the movie around him is like, it would be like if you would put Thanos in there, basically, where you get a really good performance, and then you just got everyone else is just kind of like doing whatever. And I was like, okay, that's weird.
Jonathan Majors is the best part of the movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's what I've heard from a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, he's big right now because of Ant-Man and Creed 3 coming out. So they're definitely pushing him as like the next big thing, it seems like.
Right. 100%. And well, very quickly, we are wrapping up to nearly 10 o'clock, so we've got a couple guests in the wings. But Jason, very quickly, thank you for being on from the beginning. Do you want to just plug very quickly what you've got coming up?
Nothing big on my channel, just the usual. I'm going to be on SoundLab Studios channel, who usually comments on Z Talks, in fact. Guy named Garrett. And I'm going to be on his channel with Adam from What the Gym is going to be on there as well. And we're going to talk, we're going to rank the 5 Police albums on his channel tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow, Sunday. So that's the next big thing I got going on, is doing that live stream on that channel.
Yeah, well, feel free. Please go over to Garrett SoundLab Studios channel. I think he did comment, Jason, but we're so far behind the comments, I don't even know at this point. But yeah, go check out Jason. Link is down below in the description box. Jamie, what have you got coming up?
Yeah, on my channel at the moment, when you guys have watched Cocaine Bear, then jump over to my channel and watch my review of that one. And I've got early screener coming out for Gotham Knights, which is not the video game, a TV series. So I'm going to check that one out and put a review up for that one early as well, which is cool.
Nice.
Pretty exciting.
Nice.
Yeah.
And is that a new series, Jamie?
Yeah. It comes out in March, I think, mid-March. Yeah.
Oh, cool. And have you got early screen to the first episode or the full season, or?
I think they might be doing like Titans, like maybe the first 2 or 4, and then I don't even know how many episodes are in it actually, but yeah, anyway, a few. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah. I'm excited. It looks a bit like Titans, I guess.
Oh, that's awesome.
I like that, so we'll see. Yeah.
Well, I didn't even know they're doing a Gotham Knights series, so it's the first I've heard of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, go check out Jamie's channel. She did do a spoiler-free review on Cocaine Bear as well, so no spoilers over there. Awesome review as well, so go check it out. I'll link down below in the description box. And Rodney, what you got coming up?
So I've got Cocaine Bear, of course, tomorrow. I'm reviewing all the DC EU movies as originally viewed by Snyder, like all the ones that have come out in the past leading up to Aquaman 2, which the reports are out, and I think everyone's seen those, so okay. And I'm trying to review all the Indiana Jones movies coming up to the release of Indiana Jones 5. And I'm trying to do a video essay, but that is a lot of work, so.
There's only 3 Indiana Jones movies.
That's true. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing. There was just that fourth one that just whatever that's why I'm hoping 5 is good, because I'm hoping it'll make the technical final one better than that. Also, okay, on this real quick, on actors who've become big, Harrison Ford is in 1912, Shrinking, Indiana Jones 5, and coming up in Captain America. Like, why is he all of a sudden just back in the spotlight? Like, he was gone for a while, and all of a sudden he's everywhere again.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, listen, actually, the 5th movie doesn't look too bad. From the trailer, I said, okay, I'm still not 100% sold on 80-year-old Harrison Ford able to throw fisticuffs, but okay.
Well, also, it's Disney, and I've lost a lot of faith in Disney. Like, I'm between Marvel, some of the Star Wars projects, I'm in the live action remakes of the classic Renaissance movie. So whatever. Yeah, but thanks for having me on. This has been my best time on YouTube. This is the most fun I've had in a while. So.
Hey, welcome, man. Thanks for jumping on, and thank you for Jason being on, and thank you for Jamie as well for the short time you guys are here. And yeah, definitely get you guys back soon.
All right, catches.
Yeah.
Bye.
Peace.
And then we are down to also Pete and Rashad are staying until the end. We have got a couple guests in the wings rating, and the first one is Harry from Halum. Hey, man.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good.
Hey, good. How are you?
Good. Thanks for having me on, man. I appreciate it.
Hey, welcome. It's been a while, so it's great to have you back.
Yeah, it has. Ready to talk some movies.
Right. Yeah. And did you get a chance to see Titanic, by the way, or not?
I did, dude. You were right, Mike. I know that was your first time seeing it, but in terms of the 3D, the remaster, I mean, it's my fiance's favorite movie, so we did that for Valentine's Day. Oh my God, that experience was amazing. It was beautiful.
That's awesome, man. I'm glad you finally got to check it out as well. And the 4K was stunning.
Yeah, it was like a new movie. I mean, I was really impressed because I'm not a 3D fan in the first place either, and the 3D was really good. And yeah, I'm glad you got to see it though, Mike. That's awesome.
Oh man, well, I've seen. So I remembered when I said my review as well. I'd seen like most of the movie before, but like that first scene with the divers, I was like, I can't remember this in Titanic.
Yeah,
found out I hadn't seen it.
Something about the beginning to end on that one. It's a journey.
It's different, man. But yeah, thanks for joining, dude. I'm gonna get your plug channel in a second. Waiting also in the wings is a good friend, Matt from Vengeance Media. Hey, man.
What's going on, you beautiful bastards?
Hey, brother, man. Hey, man. It's good.
Hey, doing good. How are you, man?
Yeah, man, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Just you know how it is. Just keeping busy and yeah. How about you guys? You guys doing all right? It's good to see Rashad again, Mike, Pete, and Halum. What's going on, man?
How's it going? Same shit, different toilet, man. You already know.
Yeah, man. Tell me about it.
Right.
Well, Matt, it's great to have you again, my friend, and thank you for joining once again as well. Great to have you. And last but certainly not least is Norin. Hey, Norin.
Hey, what's up, fellas? How's it hanging?
Hey,
how's it going, man?
Good. You doing good?
Oh yeah, good man. Yeah, I just got allergies going on because we had freaking like 50-mile-per-hour winds over here in New Mexico. So like everything got kicked up in the air, like sand, and it's like springtime over here now. So we got like weeds again. So there's pollen and everything flying around. It's ridiculous.
Oh man, well I hope you're doing okay. And very quickly, Norin, I'm noticing, is that the same T-shirt that Rashad's got in his background? That's
right, bro.
Oh shit, it damn sure is.
Dream Warrior. I had to. I knew Rashad was going to be back here. I was like, oh, I'll pop out my Dream Warrior shirt today.
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, that's the best of the Elm Street sequels. Hands
yeah,
down.
I knew that was your favorite. My favorite is 2. I really do love 2 though. Freddy's Revenge is so good, brother.
That's an underrated one. That is.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. Like I love all of them, well, except for Freddy's Dead. Freddy's Dead doesn't count, but the rest of them, love them.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Rashad, I think you know this already. I've only ever seen the first movie. I haven't got past that point.
Yeah, unfortunately, I already reviewed all of them. So I think, only one I haven't reviewed yet was New Nightmare. So I probably can get you in on that one if you ever get caught up, because that's the last. Oh, and Freddy vs. Jason, I haven't reviewed that one yet either. So I might have to get you on those.
Okay, yeah, cool. I mean, we're doing like Schwarzenegger and Stallone movies, I think, at the moment, right?
Yeah, well, don't forget the Sunday we have What's Love Got to Do with It?
Right.
With Angela Bassett and Lawrence Fishburne. Yeah, I can't wait for you to see that one.
Yeah.
that one is a treasure. Have any of y'all seen What's Love Got to Do with It? The Tina Turner biopic?
I see it many years ago. That's a really good one, that is. Yeah.
Yeah, let's just say Lawrence Fishburne played Ike Turner so good where people, like women, hated him for years after he played that role.
I have heard about that, yeah. And film he was a nasty bugger in that one.
Oh, yeah. And Angela Bassett, she was robbed of an Oscar that year. That's the reason why I wanted to do it, because she's nominated, of course, for Wakanda Forever. So I just wanted to give her a flowers and say, hey, I acknowledge that this is the movie that you should have won for.
Really? She didn't win it for What's Love Got to Do with It. She was fantastic in that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, she lost. I forgot who she. Ain't that some shit?
Shit. Was that the one you DM'd on Instagram, bro?
What's that?
Was that the one you DM'd on Instagram when you had a few beers?
Oh, no, that was Lupita, right?
That was Lupita. Yeah, Lupita. Yeah.
Rashad's probably DMing anyone, though. To be fair, Matt.
Well, when you have liquid courage in you, man, you'd be surprised what you do, man. I was sitting there drinking, watching. I think I was watching Universal Soldier or something, and I said, you know what? Let me hit up Lupita, because I just thought about how beautiful she looked in the movie. I just thought about how beautiful she looked in the movie, and I shot my shot, and unfortunately, her account is set up where she can't see your messages unless she knows you. Or unless she follows you or whatever, so I couldn't get through.
Damn.
Yeah.
Very quickly, we've just got 3 brand new guests joining us, Norin, Matt, and Harry. Very quickly, I just want to plug Matt's Instagram, because he announced today. I know who it is, so I'm not going to say it. Matt can't, but he's going to be interviewing very soon someone from Terrifier 2.
I am indeed.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Me and T Shitzel, Mike, will be interviewing a cast member from Terrifier 2. And we're very much looking forward to it in April. So, it's going to be awesome, man. And, we got someone from Pooh, Blood and Honey on Saturday. Got a lead actress. Not Natasha, thank God. But we have someone else. She's really lovely. It's just really busy with the streams at the moment. So I've got some really cool guests coming up, and that's what the Instagram is all about. It's all about interviewing guests, people from all over the movie community, and showing off my Blu-rays, my collections, and that's what I do really. I don't do YouTube unless I come onto Mike's stream or Pete's stream or Scott's stream. I need to kind of make a YouTube account, but I just don't know where to start.
So let me ask you: so when you get these people, do you do what I did minus the alcohol? You just go in the DM and be like, "Hey,
Oh no, there's very much alcohol involved, brother.
Oh, okay. I guess in that case, you hold your liquor better than I do, man, because I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. But so basically, that's how you do. You just go to the DMs and be like, hey, my name is so and so. I like your work, and I would like to interview you for for a live stream.
Because like you say, if you DM via Instagram, it goes to their request folder, and they never look at the request, bro. So what you got to do is, if you want to shoot your shot next time, email. They always check emails.
Okay.
So yeah, I just go to the email, or I message the agent and try and shoot my shot with the agent, and then I get lucky sometimes, and it's worked.
So do they usually have the agent's name like next to their like on their profile or whatever? Like if you ever want to contact you,
Yeah, like IMBD and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I always wondered how that was done. Like, damn, how do y'all be getting these interviews with these, with these actors and stuff, man?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'll hook you up, man.
I appreciate it. Cool.
Yeah, I'll slide into your DMs and. I'll send you a nice picture.
All right, I appreciate it. I thought you were with Lupita, man. Damn.
I don't know. Hey, next thing we'll know, we'll hear about Harry shooting a shot, and he'll be interviewing James Cameron next week on YouTube.
Yeah, right, man.
Well, I heard he's the biggest douchebag, though, man. Like, talented filmmaker, man. He's one of the gods of the movie business, but I heard he's a douchebag, though, like in person. Like, he's just real arrogant, which I guess he can afford to be. Hell, he has 3 of his movies, like the biggest movies of all time, so I guess he has the right to be kind of cocky.
I guess.
But I heard he's a dick.
I mean, never meet your heroes, right? I'd be afraid to meet them,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I can get that. Norin, who if you could interview someone on YouTube, who would you interview?
Oh, if I could interview somebody, oh man, that's a good question. It's hard too because like a lot of the Jason actors and people I'd want to talk to, a lot of them have passed away already. It really sucks. It was because of the Friday the 13th, but actually, to be honest, what would be really great is I would love to talk to Eli Roth because he's he knows so much about horror, and just to talk to him, he seems like he's a genuine fan and stuff. And I like his history of horror and all that. So I think interviewing Eli Roth would be fun because it sounds like it would just be like talking to you guys and chilling.
Cool.
That's a great pick. I think you'd be a cool guy, to be fair.
Oh, yeah.
Pete, who would you love to interview?
I thought about it today, actually. Edgar Wright. I think he'd be a really interesting guy to chat to because I see something on Instagram today. There's a picture of his physical media collection, and it is huge. I think he's got about 10,000 titles. So that'd be amazing to chat to him about what he thinks of physical media, working on the films, working with Simon Pegg, and how he's gone from like the UK to Hollywood. So I think that'd be quite cool.
Definitely. Ask him for Anya Taylor-Joy's number while you're at it as well.
Yeah, I will do as well.
I think would be a dope ass interview, man. I just thought about it. Tarantino, like to sit down with the master of like this dude like knows everything about movies, man. So just to sit down and just pick his brain about every movie, every genre, anything you could think of, he knows about it.
And you can tell he likes talking about it too.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot.
Exactly.
I don't know. Have you guys seen his Joe Rogan interview? That was one of the best.
I've seen clips of it. I haven't seen the whole thing.
It's really good. That guy knows everything about movies.
Yeah, well, I mean, because like me, he worked in the video store, so he started out working in the video store. I worked at Blockbuster, so he'd have been the perfect co-worker for me, man. We wouldn't have got nothing done. We just be sitting talking Star Wars all fucking day. You know what I'm saying?
You'd have to ask him what the best pair of feet is that he's ever seen, though, right?
Yeah. No, he gets pissed off with that, I heard. People bring that up.
Oh, man. Well, how can he get pissed off? It's right in this fucking
right,
movies.
I know.
Like, he doesn't even try to hide it.
Yeah. Imagine like the audition processes must be wild. It's like, right, take off your shoes and socks. Like, I've got to have a picture. Like,
and they have to be dirty, so go walk around over there a little bit.
Yeah. Like, I want to see the souls. I want to see dirty souls. Like, I just need to see them.
Sniffing them and shit.
And put your little hippie feet up on Brad Pitt's lap and
Wow.
Yeah.
He's a strange one. We've got a couple comments. Got Lisa saying hey also. Hey Lisa, hope you're well.
Hi, Lisa.
I got Rob from Exploit saying hey everyone. So hey Rob, hope you're doing good.
Rob, what's good, homie?
Got Jackson Horsetooth was on earlier saying hey guys, I'm going to stay in the chat. Thanks again for having me on. Welcome dude. Thank you so much for joining.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Yeah, he was a pretty cool guy, Jackson. First time collabing with him as well. We've got Winslow saying, watched Michael Mann's Miami Vice last night. It's a bit incoherent and messy, but also the vibes and style of Mann's direction is cool. Have you guys seen it? I haven't. Have any of you guys?
Nope.
I've seen it many years ago. That's the one with Colin Farrell and Jamie Foxx, I think it is.
Yeah.
That wasn't too bad. That was a pretty decent remake, I thought. I'm pretty certain Michael Mann actually did the original TV series as well.
Oh, really?
Did he? Or he directed some episodes? Oh, okay.
He probably did. He had some work with the original TV series, I'm pretty certain, because I know some of his films were a bit of a flop, so he went back to TV, and I'm sure Miami Vice was that show he worked on.
You know what Michael Mann movie never gets talked about? I watch this movie all the time. It's Collateral.
That's a good one.
You guys ever seen it?
One.
It's a
Tom
great
Cruise is
movie.
great in that.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise and Jamie Foxx,
Jamie, yeah.
That's a good one.
It's always like Heat. Everyone talks about Heat, but I don't know. Collateral is just a good movie.
Well, because Heat was like his masterpiece, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. He was his masterpiece, but yeah, Collateral was very underrated, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
mainly bastard in that one. He is.
Sorry, what is he, Norin?
Well, I was going to say, I think mainly Heat gets a lot of attention just because the script is so strong and the characters are really freaking strong in that movie.
Oh yeah, and Al Pacino, like you go through the YouTube shorts, if you go through like 20 shorts, you're gonna see at least one with Al Pacino. You know, oh, she had such a white ass. You had your head all up in it. You know, that classic Al Pacino yell. You know.
Yeah. Oh man. Just very quickly, Collateral, is that the one with Tom Cruise, Jamie Foxx?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Yeah. I'm actually getting that movie next week, so I'm going to watch it for the first time.
Nice.
Oh, nice, Mike.
That's a great one.
You're gonna have a lot of fun.
I can't wait because I've heard Tom Cruise is a bad guy, and it's like Tom Cruise in the villain role. I was like, I'm sold on that already.
And he's so good in those. He needs to do them more. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also the only film he has with grey hair in, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, he does have grey hair in that movie. Yeah. We got Winslow also saying, "What should I watch tonight? To Live and Die in LA, Body Double, or Barton Fink?" If that's how I've said it right.
Only one I've seen is To Live and Die in LA. I've seen that one. I didn't see the other two.
I mean, yeah, I've only seen that one too.
Yeah, I've only seen that one as well. I haven't seen the others.
I haven't seen any of them, but I know Live and Die in LA is a really popular film, really good.
Yeah, that's what I think Willem Dafoe's in that one, right?
Yeah, yeah. Isn't it a William Friedkin film or something? Whatever his name is.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, the one who done The Exorcist, I'm pretty certain.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen this so long. I haven't seen that since like the old school video stores, man. That's how far back I go with that movie.
Well, Rob, adding to this as well, he's saying Barton thing is really quirky and weird. Definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. All right, cool. Yeah, if you want a weird movie suggestion, ask Rob. He'll tell you.
If you're looking for quirky and weird, check out The Toxic Avenger. I think they're supposed to be remaking that one. So
yeah, I saw that one today on The Search of Darkness Part 3. Looks crazy.
Yeah, wow. that was a twisted movie, man.
Dude, I saw that movie when I was under 10.
Have you guys seen those documentaries? They've seen Search of Darkness.
Not yet.
No.
Oh man, they're like the ultimate homage to 80s horror, man. They're like 5 hours each. Like part 1 is 5 hours, part 2 is 5 hours, and part 3 is 5 hours. So it's like 15 hours back to back.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Well, wait, is it on Shudder?
If you Shudder, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like 80s horror heaven.
Wow.
Nice. Okay. I got something to watch tonight.
Yeah.
In Search of Darkness. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, thanks for the suggestion, man. Yeah, I've never heard of it. That's new to me. Lisa says Barbarian felt unfinished to me. They could have fleshed it out so much more.
I don't want to talk about Barbarian no more, man. All right.
Rashad's sick of barbarian.
That's trash, man.
We've got Nate, Rashad. He says, so many familiar faces and new one. What up, guys? So, hey, Nate, hope you're doing well. We've got Paul from Off the Cover. He says, greetings from New York. So, hey, man, great stream. He said, have you guys checked out the new season of Picard, Star Trek? I just reviewed on my channel and loved it.
Picard.
Picard, I think. I don't know.
Like pecans, you know, Picard.
Picard.
I don't think I've watched any show of Star Trek since Next Generation. I think that was the last show that I watched all the way through.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm definitely not a Trekkie, man. So
I haven't seen this one. Doesn't interest me.
No. So I think it's only Paul. I'll check out your review. And Nate says, Mike's going to slaughter me when he sees my Ant-Man 3 review.
Oh, no.
I'll be intrigued. Let's have a look. Lisa says, my claim to fame, my parents went to school with Liam Neeson and his mum was my dinner lady at school. Wow.
That's awesome.
Nice.
I hope he didn't threaten to kill anyone in school, though.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Shit, amazing.
Right, let's have a look. We've got Taco says, just got here. What are we talking about? Don't know anything and everything, my friend. So welcome.
Drop us a question.
Minge. Lots of minge.
We've got traction saying the wife thinks Nintendo should model for cotton traders are next.
Oh, here we go.
Shit.
I've never even heard of cotton traders.
Is that like Haynes? Is it like Haynes or something?
I've never heard of cotton traders. Matt, have you heard of cotton traders?
No.
I don't have to think what it is. There's a lot of comments. Don't worry, we've got a lot to catch up on. We've got Soundlad saying Z talks to Jason. So hey, Soundlad, so you're doing well. Rashad, Nate's a green review about Lupita. I do too, my friend.
Man, look, I drink her bathwater. That motherfucker bad, boy. Yes. Lupita is bad.
If she was my daughter, I'd still be bathing her, mate.
What?
All right.
Hey, Wolf of Wall Street, man, I'll let her give me AIDS. Yo, I would fuck her. She was my sister. Like, dude, they must have in that movie, man. Like, who comes up with something like that? You know?
Oh man, so he goes like, oh, and I fucked her brains out for 11 seconds.
For 11
Oh man, that
unfortunately, movie, she is taken though. I seen she does have a man in her life, so that kind of hurt my feelings. I tell you what's hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
Is what's her name? She's about to play the Black Miss Marvel. Tiana Paris. I was crushing on her too, and she's about to have a baby. She's married now, so I've been taking L's all year so far, man.
Bro, you're running out of options, homie.
Yeah.
Shit.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna go see the movie though. I'm gonna see the movie. Like, I don't even like Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel, but just because she's in it, I'm gonna go pay to see it.
You're gonna be there with your tissue and your lotion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the dark.
Back row.
Back row.
Oh,
God does front row, Norin. Second front row.
Oh, yeah, bro, look, B5. That's what B5 or B6. That's where I sit at.
They need, like you go to like Disney World or SeaWorld or whatever, and they got like the splash zone area. You can sit in the splash zone.
Yeah.
They need that in the movie theater. You know, when.
Nah. I sit so close because I can't see too good, and plus I don't like sitting next to people. I've had too many bad experiences, man. Like real quick, I went to see Aquaman with my daughter, and there was this guy sitting next to us. He was let me see how I can say this politically correct. He was an Indian guy, and I guess he was sick. He wasn't feeling good. He had a mask on, and he was in fetal position, but his back and his ass was turned to us. So every 10 seconds, this guy was farting off garlic and turmeric, and it was just so bad. And I'm like, bruh, like the whole movie, man. So my daughter couldn't even enjoy Aquaman because she kept smelling this motherfucker. And I wanted to like, but he was like so small. I wanted to be like, bro, like get the fuck up and move. So from that point on, we just sat close where nobody else sits at.
Yeah, man. I love that shit.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah, he was bad, man. I'm like, dude, why would you come to the movie half dying? Like, bro, he wasn't even watching the movie. He was like this the entire time. Yeah.
Bro.
Rashad, what was that movie that had the great surround sound?
Oh, that was the Northman. Yeah, that was the Northman. Yeah, I forgot the scene, but somebody got their throat slit, and mind you, I'm sleeping the whole movie. And when this scene happened, I just happened to open my eyes, and the guy fell, and off camera I hear, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I said, holy shit. Yo, that's some good fucking sound. Like, that sounds like it's right here in the theater. And it was an old lady 3 rows ahead of me. Somebody had sprayed some heavy cologne on, and it was choking her. So she was, I can't breathe.
Damn.
Oh my God.
Oh, damn.
Why would you spray that in a movie theater? So somebody offered to help her. They was like, well, ma'am, do you want us to call an ambulance? No, I don't need an ambulance. But why would you spray that shit? Oh my God. And best part of the whole movie, I was awake after that. Other than that, the Northman was putting me to sleep.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but I thought that was some good ass sound for a minute. Like, shit, like, talking about DTS. Fuck.
Bro.
Oh, Rashad, I always love your stories, man. Always great.
Can't breathe.
I've got Stephanie saying, pop them real quick to say, everyone have a good stream. So, hey, Stephanie, thank you so much for tuning in. Let's have a look. We've got quite a few here. Nate saying, seeing Cookie and Bear tomorrow. Awesome, man. Hope you enjoy. I've got Lego saying, hey, Mike. So, hey, Lego, how's it going? What are your thoughts on the How to Train Your Dragon live action remake, which I and so many people grew up watching these movies are so excited for it? I'll be intrigued to see how they're going to do that live action. Harry, what do you think about this?
Yeah, I mean, those have always been some of my favorite kids' movies. I mean, besides the classics, I always thought they were pretty good. I didn't even know that was coming out, but I'm intrigued. Sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they've got like a date or anything announced for it yet. I just saw the article.
Yeah.
Yeah, great kids movies though. Norin, what about you?
Oh, it's definitely one. I guess I would have to see what it looks like first, because those animation films, they're really good, and they're so, like you said, powerful, and like they've got a good voice cast and stuff. So I guess it depends on how it looks. If it has like, I guess Game of Thrones, like Rings of Power level kind of graphics with the dragons and the stuff like that, then it'll probably be pretty decent.
Yeah, good point. Pete?
The films are great. There's definitely some of the best animated films of recent times. So it'll be interesting to see how they do the live action. Hopefully they'll put the money into it so the CGI is pretty good and not Marvel shit. So hopefully that's good.
Yeah.
But it's like who they're going to cast for the characters. That's the main thing. I'm looking forward to the casting. So it looks like it's going to be an interesting one.
Get you. I tell you who I think might be a good casting for the boy lead in that movie. The kid who was in the Black Phone. I don't know his name.
Oh, it's my little Patrick Swayze. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Patrick Swayze.
Yeah, tell me he didn't look like little Patrick Swayze. Like if you took Patrick Swayze and like gave him a grandson, that's what he would look like.
Now that you say
it.
You're like, man, I gotta watch that movie again.
I know I'm not tripping. I know y'all. Okay, I might be tripping. I could have. All right, never mind. But he looked like little Patrick Swayze, man.
Well, Rashad, what do you think?
I mean, as long as Disney don't touch it, I mean, it should be all right. Because Disney, for some reason, they could take a classic animation movie, make it live action, just turn it into shit. So as long as Disney don't touch it, I think it should be all right. Yeah.
That's a point. And Matt, what about you?
Oh yeah, I'm thrilled. Yeah, backflips. Yeah, really. I couldn't give a shit. It's something that I just nah. Like I haven't seen the animation one, so I just and Disney for me at the moment it just doesn't hit right for me, Disney at the moment, so I just kind of like avoid it.
No, the animation movie is actually pretty good. They got a lot of heart to them, man. They got a lot of heart to them.
I do need to check out the animation ones, but say like at the moment, like I tend to just swerve Disney at the moment.
Aren't they DreamWorks films? How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah, DreamWorks.
Yeah. I thought they were.
Oh, is it not Disney?
No, it's not Disney.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I say as long as Disney don't touch it, it should be okay. But I just saw DreamWorks. I just saw Puss in Boots for the first time. Me and my son watched it the other day, and both of us are sitting there cracking the fuck up. I didn't know that movie was gonna be that damn funny, man. Have y'all seen Puss in Boots?
Is that the new one?
The new one, yeah, the one that just came out. It came out late last year.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That was some funny shit. I was laughing, bro, like legit laughing, like not like okay, this is funny for a kids movie. Nah, like there was shit in it that was actually making me crack the fuck up.
Yeah, but then Shrek was like that as well. Like, I watched Shrek and I still pissed myself laughing.
Right. It does. It has that Shrek humor in there too. Yeah. That real quick humor that just comes out of nowhere. You're like, what the fuck just happened? What was that?
Right. We've also got Lisa saying Rashad is a national treasure.
Thank you.
True Action, the wife's questions will be here soon.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Ready.
Play with Pete. He suffers with this 3 times a week. Fortin Ray Winston as an actor.
Who's that?
Ray Winston.
He was the one who did the Cockney Russian accent in Black Widow.
Ray Winston. I don't know.
Yeah. I've only ever seen him in a couple of things, and I've never seen him in anything great. But I might be missing a treat of his, you know.
Ray Winston.
Better look it
I
up.
thought Scum. He was alright in Scum.
Scum, yeah.
Yeah.
There was one on.
Ray Winston.
Pete.
There was one I watched a few weeks ago called The War Zone. That was a pretty brutal film, and that's very similar to Scum. It's a one-time watch, I should say.
Yeah.
Wasn't he William Stryker on X-Men? X-Men 2, right?
I can't even remember.
Or was that different? Is that a different actor?
I'm not sure, Rashad. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, I'd have to look it up. I haven't done it. Sure.
That's not him. That's not. I'm looking at his filmography right now. No, that's not him. Looks like him.
Norin?
As far as I know, I'd have to look. I'm using my phone to film right now as we're talking with this camera. But yeah, off the top of my head, I don't know anything that he's in. I can't picture a name to a face.
To be honest, he's more of a British actor.
Yeah, he hasn't really done nothing major, shall I say. I think his biggest role is probably
he was in The Departed. He was Jack Nicholson's right-hand guy in The Departed. Okay, that's where I know him. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the only place I know him from too.
Get you. No, fair enough. Thanks for the question, Traction Star. We've got Jason saying Harry won some points for taking his fiance. I bet for taking it to Titanic.
That's right, Jason. Our favorite movie of all time.
Titanic masterpiece, man.
Oh, it is 100%. Got it hung up in our living room here, and I'm not afraid to admit it.
Love it.
Well, we've got Nate saying Titanic makes me weak like a sniveling girl that just watched their dog die. The movie is absolutely masterful. Really. Okay, True Action Stars says, give me an unneeded sequel that we didn't need.
Jack Reacher 2. I don't know.
That was dreadful.
That was horrible.
That was awful.
Had the displeasure of seeing that recently.
Man, the first one wasn't too bad.
No, I really enjoyed the first one. Yeah, and then it's like the second one. I think it was a different director. I don't know what the heck was going on with that one.
Well, what I'll say, Harry, very quickly is: have you seen the Reacher TV series?
No, the Prime one.
Man, that is awesome.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Scrap the movies. Check the series out.
Oh wow! All right, I will check it out then.
Cool. Okay, so Harry's going Jack Reacher 2, which I think is a great pick, by the way. Norin, surely it's got to be a horror one in your arsenal here.
Oh, let's see. I'm trying to think. I would probably say like I want to go horror, but then like I'm still thinking about this one franchise just because we used to live in a world when we had Terminator and Terminator 2, and it was like perfect because it was like both sides were justified to why it was such a great film. And then now we just live in a world where there's so many Terminator sequels and none of them are really that great. So I wanted to go with the horror one, but I'm a sucker for horror sequels. Like Friday the 13th Part 6 is my favorite. Nightmare on Elm Street 2 is my favorite. Puppet Master 2. So usually I'm a fan of sequels a lot when it comes to horrors. Even Psycho 2. I think Psycho 2 is better than the first one.
Wow, that's a hot take, but yo, I agree. I love Psycho 2. Yeah, it's a very
Tom Holland
very
wrote that.
underrated
He's
classic.
fantastic.
Yeah.
It's a film that keeps you guessing all the way to the end.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And you guys said Tom Holland did that one?
Yeah, he wrote the script for that one.
Yeah, he wrote it. Yeah, with a very well, not so much shocking ending, but I remember watching it as a kid, and the ending kind of fucked me up a little bit. Yeah, it had a really kind of dark ending.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, I haven't seen it, so you guys have sold me on it, especially if it's Tom Holland as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sold. I'm going to go very quickly. Coming to America, that came out a couple of years ago.
Oh damn! Yeah, that is true.
That was
a good
one.
Why did that happen? Yeah, why did that happen?
I don't know. Rashad, what about you?
Well, I was gonna say Blair Witch 2, but yeah, Coming to America, I think that one takes the cake. Yes, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one. But yeah, but a close second is Blair Witch 2. Like I don't know why that movie even exists. I don't even know why the first one exists.
No, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the second one, Rashad. I don't want to either.
Yeah, don't want to. Oh, another one just came to mind. Deep Blue Sea 2. Yeah, Deep Blue Sea is like one of the cheesiest, most fun shark movies you'll ever watch. And then they did a sequel to it, and it's like, why? Like, why'd you do it? No, nothing's gonna top a shark jumping on and grabbing Samuel L. Jackson and bringing him down and ripping him in half. All right, they should have just left that alone, you know. So yeah, I put Deep Blue Sea 2 in there also.
Right, it sounds awful.
Yeah, it's worse than awful.
Matt,
Space Jam 2. I mean,
oh yeah, good.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. Yeah.
I grew up on Space Jam. It's like one of my favorite movies. Still is one of my favorite movies. I know like R. Kelly is like, you know, we don't talk about him, but like that soundtrack with the movie is just my childhood, man. Like, you know, I Believe I Can Fly, and then the movie just holds so much nostalgic memories for me. And then I saw Space Jam 2, and I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
It's just
my son loves that movie, man. I got bamboozled by that shit because my son loved it so much that I enjoyed it and actually gave it an A in my review. But then when I watched it by myself, I said, "What the fuck have I done?" I wanted to go and delete the video, man, but I said, "Nope, I'm gonna own it." You know, as a YouTube critic, and sometimes I gotta eat it. So yeah, I made a mistake. But my son loves that movie. At least once a week. Dad, can we watch Space Jam with LeBron? Fuck.
Right. Oh, no. Why can't you watch it with Michael Jordan?
And I tell him that, like, I even showed him Michael Jordan highlights, like, bro, like, this is who you need to watch. He's like, okay, I like him, but I like LeBron better.
Right, that's kicked out into adoption.
Yeah, right. well, luckily LeBron's gonna be retiring soon, and my son's 7, so by the time he becomes a teenager, he's probably gonna forget about him.
Yeah.
Well, Rashad's been loving LeBron's transition to Hollywood, so it's all good.
Oh God, nah. That damn House Party, man. Jesus. Yeah, he did Space Jam and the House Party reboot. If he wasn't 6'9", 265 pounds, I probably would fight him for that, man. But you know, I know if I go into fisticuffs with LeBron James, I'm gonna get my ass kicked. So I can't do
it. Yeah, that's a good pick though, Matt. Space Jam 2. Didn't need it. Pete?
Thinking about it, probably Independence Day Resurgence. That was dreadful. That one was. Yeah. After 20 odd years after the original, we didn't need a sequel. He did it. It was awful.
Oh, that movie was bad. I remember shaking my head walking out the cinema. I had to see that movie.
Good pick, man.
Great pick. We're talking about a better movie. We've got the viewer Drew saying, have you guys seen Straight Outta Compton? And if so, what are your thoughts? Great movie.
Good movie. Definitely, you could tell Dr. Dre had his hands all in it because Dr. Dre came out looking like he was some kind of super hard gangster, good guy. And, if you know the history, Dr. Dre was not that. He wasn't a gangster. He wasn't a tough guy. He was a alcoholic woman beater who was a very talented musician. But the movie was good. The movie was good. Yeah. Well, it's just like, if you're making a biopic of your life, everybody's the hero in their own movie, right? So, of course, you can't tell the truth like it needs to be told. But I was like, come on, man. So I've been following the NWA for a long time. I'm like, yeah, this shit didn't happen. Get out of here. Nah. And I wasn't sold on the guy that played Eazy-E. Like, if you watch old footage of Eazy-E, like, Eazy-E was cool as shit, man. And they had him in the movie like he was just this little guy who, was with a Joe Pesci type voice talking a lot of shit. Like, I'm like, that's not Eazy-E. Now, Eazy-E was a real gangster. So Eazy-E was a gangster turned rapper, whereas Dr. Dre was trying to be like, he was like a gangster the whole time. Like, just the factual shit didn't do it for me, but it was all right though. It was all right.
And you got Ice Cube's son that looks just like him. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, O'Shea Jr. Yeah.
Right. That was crazy. Yeah, I was like, wow. At first, I thought it's like, have they used the agent? But no, I found out it was his son.
And look, and he's going on to have a good movie career too, man. Without riding on his father's coattails, he's doing his own thing now. He's in Cocaine Bear. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, shout out to O'Shea Jr.
Yeah, he's doing great things as well. Mm-hmm. Great actor.
I think he's a better actor than his dad, to be honest with you.
I haven't seen many Ice Cube movies, to be honest, so I can't really comment.
He's the same in all of his movies. Whether it's Ghost on Mars or Boys in the Hood, he's got that same, that mean look that he does.
Always there.
Friday's good though. I love Friday. Friday is a good movie. I love that movie.
Yeah. Friday's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, what about the rest of you guys then? So Rashad thinks it's a good movie, but a bit flawed with the history. What about you guys?
Yeah, I had a great time with it. It was really interesting to see, the whole life in Compton. Coming from the UK, obviously we don't really have like American hip hop movies like that. So it was really cool to see like the life in Compton and how the "Fuck the Police" song came about, because obviously they got treated really bad by the police. And then they went into the studio and wrote "Fuck the Police," and I thought that was really cool. And then obviously the downfall of Eazy-E's life, like health, and it's like I felt really sad for him at the end. But it was. I really enjoyed it. But then again, I like my hip hop stories, so I like Get Rich Die Trying, 8 Mile, fucking Hustle and Flow, and Straight Outta Compton. So I enjoyed that.
I'll take it back to 85. When you ever heard of a movie called Crush Groove?
No.
Okay, so it was this 1985 hip hop movie. It's about the start of Def Jam.
Yeah.
How Russell Simmons and Rick Rubin started Def Jam. Yeah, so it stars Rick Rubin, Run DMC, Curtis Blow, the Fat Boys, New Edition, Sheila E., LL Cool J in his first movie, the Beastie Boys. So it's got like a whole lineup of like these megastars before they became megastars. I think you can watch it on YouTube for free. It's called Crush Groove. So if you like hip hop stories, man, it's 80s, so you have to kind of forgive it for some things. But yeah, I highly recommend it if you like hip hop stories, bro.
I'll tell you what, one is my favorite, Notorious.
That's a good one too. Yeah,
I really enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm.
Still haven't seen that one. I have to check that one out. That I haven't missed that one.
Yeah, the girl that plays Lil' Kim. Oh man, wow.
But I still think Serge killed Tupac. But that's just my hot take. But
yeah.
I
mean, there's a lot of theories out there. There's a lot of theories going around who shot Pac and Big, but You know, who knows for sure, right?
Oh, Serge has his fingers in all those pies. Trust me. Yeah.
You said Suge?
Suge, yeah.
Yeah, Suge Knight. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he killed somebody on the set of Straight Outta Compton. You heard about that story?
No.
Yeah, he would pop up on the set of Straight Outta Compton because he felt like his presence would contribute to the movie, and he had got into it with one of the crew members or whatever. They had like a little scuffle or something happened, and Suge ran the guy over, like just literally like ran him over with his Jeep, and you can read about it. Yeah, ran him over and killed the guy.
Jesus.
Yeah. I think that's why he's in prison now for murder. Yeah, Suge was like the boogeyman back then, man. That guy, he was something else. Like Wilson Fisk Kingpin. Yeah, that was Suge Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, did not know that though, Rashad. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. And that's why I think Suge killed Tupac.
Definitely.
I
believe it. I believe it.
Yeah, definitely a lot of theories out there. But very quickly, Norin, what do you think of Straight Outta Compton?
Oh, I like it. It's not one of my favorites, but like I like it and stuff. And in terms of like, how you say Eazy-E, the story, like when you get to the end and it is like, very tragic. Just I think the actor, I mean, he doesn't look like the part that and doesn't give the presence of Eazy-E, but like I felt for the story when they got to that point. I wanted them to, I just wanted them to make amends. Yeah, like Dr. Dre, all of them, because I was like, it's life's too short, and like to even hold any kind of grudges like that and shit. So it's like it was really cool how they wrapped it up and stuff like that. But I think probably in terms of like hip hop movies, 8 Mile is probably my favorite probably still.
8 Mile, yeah, that was some good stuff. Yeah, that's why I don't have respect for Anthony Mackie, man. Every time I see Anthony Mackie, I think of Papa Doc and how M embarrassed him. Yeah. Real. Yeah, every time I see him, I'm like, dude, you're not Sam. Yes, your name is Clarence. I don't want to hear that shit.
And you go to a private.
What's that?
And you go to a private school.
Yeah, go to a private school.
Harry, what do you think about Straight Outta Compton?
Yeah, I mean, I can't talk about it the way you guys have. I don't know the history or anything, but I remember really enjoying it. I thought it had a lot of heart and it seemed super genuine, made with love. But I haven't seen a whole lot of movies to compare it to either, to be honest. I haven't seen a whole lot of hip hop movies or anything. So I just really enjoyed it though when it was out.
Yeah.
Crush Groove, I'm telling you, Crush Groove. If you like hip hop movies, Crush Groove is like the beginning of where it all started.
I'm gonna check out Crush Groove, Rashad. I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
Perez collabed on it. Perez didn't like it, but then again, Perez doesn't like a lot of stuff that I give him. But how can I expect Perez like Crush Groove and he loves Harry Potter? I can't expect somebody that loves Harry Potter to like Crush Groove. So I get it.
I always love it in 8 Mile where he goes, "Yeah, he did fuck my girl, but still I stand here saying fuck the free world." I'm like, yes, man, that's sick.
Battling can't nobody fuck with him in a battle, man. We can argue about his songs, but if you like talking about a one-on-one rap battle, ain't nobody fucking with him.
Oh yeah.
I've got Jason asking a question here. He says, what's the best father-son acting duo? I think I would go for Kirk and Michael Douglas. That's a good question.
Will and Jaden Smith, After Earth.
I don't know. They're trying to think of father and son acting duos.
Ray and Dominic Mysterio.
Hell yeah. Respect.
Well, in a movie, I like Charlie Sheen and Charlie and Martin Sheen in Wall Street. I thought they were good together. Have you seen Wall Street?
Yeah, they were pretty good. Yeah, that's true.
Two good actors. I don't know.
I'm trying to think of other ones that were in the same movie together.
The only one I can think of is Clint Eastwood and his son Scott Eastwood.
Yeah.
I think Scott was in the Pacific Rim Uprising one, even though that's probably not a very good film.
Sounds like a porn, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does, didn't it? Yeah.
Oh, so are we talking about just father son that's actors or like in the same movie together?
I thought it was in the same movie. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Oh well, either one, I guess.
Either okay.
Recently, just because I just saw it, Man Called Otto, Tom Hanks and his son. I thought they were a good duo.
Yeah,
that was a great duo in that movie.
Yeah, it fit. I don't know, his son got a lot of hate for that, but I thought he did a pretty good job.
Yeah, me too.
There was a resemblance.
Then the end of the day, he only did what he was given on the script.
Right.
Yeah.
It was just flashback scenes. Like
his son, real sadistic bastard in Dexter.
Holy shit, really? He wasn't Dexter, wasn't he?
Oh, really?
Yeah, he played.
I didn't.
Oh, shit! I forgot all about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, shit. Well, if you want to my worst father-son acting duo, I'm sorry, rest in peace to him, but Sage Stallone and Sylvester Stallone in Rocky V. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those two were terrible together, man. Listen, I don't know if that was art imitating life or what, but like when those two were together, it was cringe. You know,
it was cringe.
Yeah.
Oh, Rashad, Rocky V is your favorite movie, though. I don't know what you're talking about.
Shit. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't hate it now. Like I love the whole Rocky franchise. I love it, man. But 5 is the black sheep. That's the weak link. You know, especially I think Mike. I think you pointed this out where Rocky Jr. Right, he's like this rich kid that came up with all the breaks, and out of nowhere he's talking with a Philly accent. Like, wait a minute, when did he start talking with a Philly Italian accent? Like, first he's like, well, Dad, how can you do this to us and, to me and Mom? And next time you see him, hey, what about Tommy? You're pretty tight with Tommy too, huh? I'm like, whoa. Wait a minute, when the fuck when did you get an accent? Yeah, I say that's probably the worst father-son duo. I say those two and Will and Jaden in After Earth? Yeah, those are like the two worst.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
Yeah, man.
I've still not seen that movie, but I've heard bad things.
Yeah,
that's one film you should be proud of. You haven't seen.
What makes a change? Well, Jason's got another question, which he says, "Who's been the most important to the horror genre? Edgar Allan Poe, Stephen King, John Carpenter, Wes Craven?"
That's a great question.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great question. Lisa saying definitely Stephen King for her, just to add that in.
Yeah, he has the most adaptations, right?
Yeah, well,
right. I think so.
They're all important in their own little ways because they've all got different styles of directing. For me, it's really hard to really pinpoint one of them as being the most important because they've all done different. I mean, Stephen King really isn't much of a director. He's a writer. He's obviously so like his work is on a level, of course. Like he's done so many classics, but as a director, John Carpenter and Wes Craven, especially Wes Craven, man. Like, come on, man.
Oh yeah.
So it is really, really hard. But I just think I'm just gonna say I want to be safe and say that they're great because they all got different styles. So.
That's a good answer. That's because all of it. It's hard. Like it feel like you're dissing one if you don't pick that one. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I agree with that, man. I mean, Stephen King did try to direct. He directed. Didn't he direct like 2 movies? He directed Maximum Overdrive.
He did The Shining. Yeah, did a version of The Shining because he hated the one that Stanley Kubrick did. So he did a made for TV version.
Yeah, Stephen King. He doesn't need to direct.
I didn't even know that. Wow.
Yeah.
It's bad. I think it's pretty awful. I've seen people prefer that version because it stays closer and more true to the book, but I like Stanley Kubrick's style better.
Nah, Stephen King is crazy. Like if you watch Maximum Overdrive, didn't he direct Sleepwalkers? The one with the cat
Yeah.
lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Horrible
He goes out there with that shit, man. He was sniffing at least a pound of cocaine a day when he directed that movie. I swear.
Yeah, there was a good mix of drugs in there to make that movie.
What? Damn a cocaine bear, cocaine Stephen King. That motherfucker was on it. Shit.
Wow. One thing though, Norin, very quickly, you said they made a Shining TV movie. What?
Yeah, Stephen King. Yeah, because he just hated that adaptation. He didn't like it at all. Even
in the 90s.
There's a movie called The Lawnmower Man, which is actually Stephen King's short, and he hated that movie so much that he wanted his name taken off of every copy of that movie, so it's that you can't even see his name on that movie or anything like that, because they used to have it on the poster. You can still find some posters that have his name on it, but yeah, he wanted all he was like, I don't even want to wash my hands of that because it's awful.
But but that's one of those I would love to see a remake on, because The Lawnmower Man had a very brilliant concept, but the execution of the movie, especially if you watch it now, is so 90s and so dated where it's easy to diss, but just the idea, like what the movie was about, I'm like, yo, I would love to see that remade now, because it's a really good story.
Oh
It just wasn't that good of a movie.
Wow. Okay, I've never heard of The Lawnmower Man.
Yeah.
It did too. There's a sequel too, but
Is that the
they
one
changed
with Pierce Bronson, the Lawnmower Man?
No, he was the doctor. Yeah, Pierce Bronson played the doctor in
he's in the first one.
In the first one, yeah.
Yeah, and then in the second one they changed a lot of the actors. A lot of the people are different. I think the only person that comes back is the child actor from the first movie, who was like the best friend.
Wow, okay. I'll have to check that out. Sounds interesting. Avery, what would you say about this question about the most important to the horror genre?
I don't know, man. It's a tough question. I mean, I'm afraid to say this because I'm probably wrong, but Edgar Allan Poe, wasn't he one of the first, if not the first, one of the first writers to ever make dark and depressing stories on purpose like that? Like, I feel like he started the whole horror genre in a way. So I don't know. I guess I feel like I have to go with him, but then modern day, I'd probably go with Stephen King, because I mean, you can't beat Stephen King. I don't know.
Right. Yeah, definitely a lot of his stories as well that he's made.
What's some of Edgar Allan Poe's work? Like I've always heard that name, and I know his name is attached to Hart, but I never knew any of his work.
Pendulum, the Crow, I think.
Stuff, isn't it?
He did The Raven, The Pit, and the Pendulum.
Yeah.
And oh god, there's this the Telltale Heart. That's a good one. That's a really good one, actually.
Okay.
I've never seen any of them, so I can't comment on that.
Yeah.
Well, they did a Pit and Pendulum movie that came out in the 90s with Lance Hendrickson. That's pretty good, actually.
Oh wow, okay, he's a good actor. He was a good actor.
You said was what he died?
No, he's alive.
Oh, okay. I thought you said good actor. I'm like, when Lance?
No, I mean like was, because I haven't seen him in anything in a while.
I think he's really old now, because he was old back in the 80s when he did Aliens and Terminator. He was old back then, so I'm pretty sure he's like decrepit now.
In his late 70s, early 80s now. He's getting on.
Yeah.
Having a nice retirement.
Yeah, he's probably just chilling. He's not into doing the Harrison Ford thing and working every day now.
I saw him at Comic-Con months ago. He was super funny. He was cracking me up. I saw him actually walking around, and they were chasing after him, saying, "You can't go walk around with all these people everywhere," and he didn't care. He's walking around. I shook his hand, told him I'm a big fan of when he played Bishop and Aliens, and it was awesome. He was super cool.
That's cool.
Oh, he was in a lot of stuff in the 80s, man. Like almost like 70% of movies you've seen back then, he was in it. You know, whether it was a small role or not, he was like in everything back then.
Yeah.
I guess nowadays the person you're seeing like everything is Danny Trejo, I would probably say.
Yeah, Danny Trejo, Samuel L. Jackson, you know. Yeah, those are the only two I could think of off the top of my head.
Yeah, those two are probably the big name ones I would thought is Rashad, yeah. Jesus in Collateral's a great movie. I have it on Blu-ray. Jamie Foxx was nominated for Best Supporting Actor. It was the same year I believe he won for Ray.
Facts.
Oh wow.
Facts. Yep.
That's awesome.
Glad you like it, Jason.
Yeah, no, right?
There should be another segment. There should be another segment. Jason don't like shit.
I'm really pleasantly surprised there, man.
I know, right? We've got Andy from Forgotten World, the movie scene in the guy. So, hey, Andy, hope you're doing well.
Get on, Andy.
View Drew saying, straight out comments, great movie, feel great performances, stand out being O'Shea Jackson as young Ice Cube. Absolutely. We've got Lisa loving Rashad's stories about the farting man.
I could still smell it too in some ways, man. I could still smell that shit. That's how rotten it was.
Oh, man.
How could something that powerful come out of a man that small? That's incredible.
I don't know.
Oh, man.
Your stories, Rashad the Killers. I've got Lisa saying, I watched the rest of the guys. Need to go. Unfortunately, I've been really enjoying it. Well, thank you for tuning in, Lisa. If you do watch it back, I hope you enjoy the rest of the stream.
See you later, Lisa.
True Action Star says, off now, gents. Great stream. I'm now off to sort the wife out. She's wild. Okay. So, you go, Tamer, my friend. Hope she's doing okay. And well, Pete's gutted. She's gone now.
Oh yeah, I'm absolutely gutted. I'm gonna cry tonight.
If you do see the Ashley loves 8 Mile, and Jason says, "Well, I have 170 Blu-rays, so I like some stuff."
Wow. Wow, 100. So you know what, Jason, I apologize. In 170 Blu-rays, goddamn. Yeah, that's a lot.
Fair enough, man.
I think I own like 2 Blu-rays, man. Shit, I'm still stuck in the DVD age.
Well, what's the Blu-rays you own, Rashad?
Blu-rays, but most of them are still sealed.
Right.
Oh, Pete, I tried to think of one you've got though.
Yeah, it must be over 1,000 Blu-rays. It's got to be. Most of them were Poundland, like a couple of quid. But yeah, I've just got huge boxes upstairs, and they're all just sealed. I've got like one box there with about 300 still sealed.
Wow.
Hey, Rashad, I'll tell you what though, you will be proud because the other week Pete watched Fright Night for the first ever time.
I watched it last Friday for the first time and really enjoyed it. Great film.
Good, right? Yeah, even for an 80s movie, like the effects still hold up, right?
Oh yeah, some of the practical effects are fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And the music in that is awesome as well. The score is just so good.
Right.
All right, but tell me, okay, so tell me that I'm not tripping. Did you not want to punch Charlie in the face? Charlie Brewster was the most annoying character, wasn't he?
I thought he was an annoying little prick, to be honest. I do agree. I was thinking there watching, I was like, I really do not give a crap about you. Everybody else weren't too bad.
You just want to drop kick the little fucker.
Yeah, man. I know Evil had an annoying voice, but Charlie was just annoying overall. I just wanted to sock him a couple of times, man.
I was watching it, and he's looking out the window. His girlfriend's on the bed, calling him to bed. He's just like, I'm too busy looking at my neighbour. I'm like, your girlfriend's on the bed.
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, Pete, here's a question then. I don't know if you've been asked this one. Do you prefer Fright Night or Lost Boys?
Oh, shit. Here we go.
Oh.
Here we go.
I'm going to go with Fright Night, I think, just by a little bit.
Good man. Good man.
Look, I love both of them. Look, I can't get mad. I love both movies. Lost Boys to me is just, look, I always wanted to be the 5th member of the Lost Boys. Okay, I want to be the first black Lost Boys. I was going to grow an afro. I was going to grow an afro mullet, get a motorcycle, and be. I wanted to be part of the crew because the Lost Boys was like the coolest motherfuckers ever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, I know Rashad prefers Lost Boys. Norin, are you staying with Rashad because I saw you shaking your head?
Yeah, I would pick Lost Boys over Fright Night, but I don't think that's the best vampire movie. But yeah, Lost Boys, I watch more over Fright Night for sure.
Right. Well, Rashad will be the 5th member. You'll be the 6th member of the Lost Boys.
Yeah.
Harry?
Initiation's over, Michael. Wait, who was it that said take a shot for every time they say Michael in the movie? One of y'all, I could have sworn somebody on Z Talk said that. I heard somebody say like take a shot every time somebody says Michael in the movie because Michael said like at least 1,000 times in that movie.
They're only noodles, Michael.
Yeah, be one of us, Michael. Join us, Michael. Do you hear the shout? Michael.
Maggots, Michael. You're eating maggots.
Yeah.
Oh,
man,
man.
good
Well,
shit.
Harry, what do you prefer, Lost Boys or Fright Night?
I'm embarrassed to say I haven't seen Fright Night, so I can't say, but I really do like The Lost Boys, even though, I'll be honest, the last time I saw it, I don't want to say it didn't hold up, but I didn't like it as much as I have in the past. I don't know why.
Oh, yeah. Fair point.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, well, if you haven't seen Fright Night 2, try to see if you can find that one. I think that's another underrated joint because didn't get a theatrical release, but to me, I think it's up there with the first one. That the second Fright Night, you know, it's a solid horror vampire movie, man. In some ways, scared me more than the first Fright Night because they have a vampire that's on rollerblades. I can't tell. I don't know if it's a dude or a chick, so I don't want to be offensive, but it was a they or a them or something. Had long black fingernails, like a long ass jerry curl, glowing red eyes, and it was on rollerblades in slow motion coming towards the camera. Scared the fuck out of me as an 8-year-old kid, man.
Yeah, I gotta watch them.
Yeah, so if you could find that second Fright Night, yeah, check it out.
I think it's on YouTube. You can watch it in full on YouTube.
Oh, wow. Fright Night 2? Okay. Cool. Yeah, I highly recommend it. Yeah.
Man, have to check it out. Harry, definitely check out Fright Night if you get a chance. Awesome movie.
I will, man. I love vampire movies. I don't know what I've been waiting for.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Matt, what about you?
Lost Boys. Yeah, Lost Boys away.
The seventh member of the Lost Boys.
That's Rashad, man.
Yeah, man.
Rashad is the honorary Lost Boy.
Yeah, I'm the one that didn't die. All right.
Well, do you guys have you guys seen do you like John Carpenter's Vampires?
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah.
You haven't seen that one?
That's quite
great. Man,
one
it has
James Wood in that film. Oh,
and one of the Baldwin brothers. I can't remember which one it was, but one of the Baldwin brothers.
Yeah.
So you think that's the best vampire movie there is?
I love that one. Yeah, that one is, in terms of gore effects, in terms of just the tone, and I like the way the story's structured, and the third act is just money. It's like one of those third acts that you're just like kind of on the edge of your seat, like, oh shit.
It kind of feels like a vampire western film at times, I thought.
That's true. That's very true. If you've seen Near Dark, it's like kind of like in that kind of same atmosphere. That's a great
one. And Lance Henriksen's in that one as well. And Bill Paxton.
He is. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, that actually came out right. I think right before Lost Boys. I think Near Dark came out like maybe a couple of months before Lost Boys came out. So they were like kind of competing with each other. But of course, you know who won in the end.
Yeah,
Dust the Ball as well. It's another good one.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Because that shit, like, it just like that's one of those where, because I didn't see the trailer for that, so when I'm watching, I'm thinking it was gonna be like a Quentin Tarantino, like Pulp Fiction type movie. So when that whole vampire shit happened, I didn't see that coming because like I said, I knew nothing about the movie, man. I just popped in and watched it, and I was like, holy shit, this is a vampire movie. Damn.
Yeah, this is a vampire movie, and Tarantino's got Selena Hayek's foot in his mouth. So
yeah.
That's a great movie.
And I'm willing to bet that wasn't in the script. I bet that was like on the spot.
Oh yeah.
Robin, can you please put a foot in my mouth? Please. All right,
because I think that one was written by Quentin and Robert Rodriguez directed that one. I think, right? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a great
you know
movie.
What this scene really needs? This scene really needs her foot in my mouth.
It just came to me. Not that I thought about this before, but
Look, I gotta say that's the one movie where George Clooney didn't annoy me. Like, actually, back then George Clooney was actually kind of cool. Like, he was cool in that movie, man. And then
that's my favorite George Clooney movie for sure.
Yeah.
He had that wicked tattoo on his neck. He had like that tattoo that they had on his neck and everything.
Yeah.
Like he was cool for an hour and a half. Then he came with the bat nipples and ruined everything. I think Batman and Robin dropped the next year.
Oh man.
With
Are you
the
guys
worst Batman
excited?
intro ever, huh?
Sorry, are you guys excited for the new what's it called? But the Nicolas Cage Dracula movie coming out.
Renfield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like
man.
Hell yeah.
Might be awesome. I don't know.
I think it's gonna be a fun. I think it's gonna be a fun movie. It's got
Yeah.
that vibe from the trailer.
Yeah. Can't go wrong with Nicolas Cage's Dracula.
Oh yeah, I don't care if the movie's bad. I just want to see Nicolas Cage just be fucking crazy, man.
Yeah.
Like, put him in a bad movie. Nicolas Cage still gonna steal the show.
All right. I don't think his Dracula will be much on screen. I've been honest, but I think when the scenes he'll be in, I think he'll be the show stealer though.
Yeah.
I hope he's in the movie quite a bit though.
Yeah,
I hope so.
So I've got Jason very quickly. He says Pete, Norin, and Harry have more Blu-rays than him. I'm sure, probably. He also says I thought about taking a shot every time Mike says he hasn't seen the movie.
Oh no! Oh my God, you'll be dead, Jason. You'll be dead. Don't do that.
What? Alcohol poison? Don't do that shit.
Yeah, that's Jason. Never on Z Talks again.
And Mike's name is Did You See That? And in brackets after that, it should say No, I haven't.
No, I haven't. Oh man, good stuff.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm trying to get like T-shirts made for the channel, and my logo at the back is literally I have not seen that movie.
Listen, you get that shirt made. Send me one, man. I'll rock that. Word.
I will.
At the front, it should say, "Did you see that?" And at the back, it should say, "I ain't."
Oh man.
I'm catching up slowly on movies. It's taking me a long time.
I need to cop some merch though, for sure. When you get some merch, man, let me know.
Yes, sir.
I will.
Yeah.
I will. I'm trying to get it made, so it's in the works.
Okay.
We got Jason saying, did anyone else like the Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie back in the day? Didn't see it.
I've honestly never seen it, man.
You have to. It's really good.
It's good, yeah. That's one of those I always walk past it in the video store. Just like Buffy, nah, I don't want to see that shit. I just always think whatever was
You
after
don't want to watch an attractive blonde beat up vampires. I mean,
yeah.
Like Buffy, I mean, shit. That shit was like when I realized that. Yeah, I like women. That was like, yeah.
No, the moment I realized I liked women was when I saw Vanity and the Last Dragon. If I don't know if y'all probably too young to remember the Last Dragon.
That was it. Oh, for me it was Charlie Spaulding in Puppet Master 2. She has like a very nice scene where she's laying on the bed, man. Oh.
Yeah. Well, you could talk about ginger snaps, man. I had like a 10-year-old boner watching that. Like, little 10-year-old me, man, with a pocket rocket.
Like, hey, what the fuck? Hey, what's happening, man? What's going on? I don't feel bad though. I bet Dad don't know about this.
Mom, what am I feeling right now?
What?
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
so
man.
okay, son, it's time to have that chat.
It was Return to Jedi for me.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, laying that
yeah.
slave outfit. What? Shit.
Can we talk about Catherine Isabel, man? She's like, whew.
Who's
Yeah,
that?
Catherine Isabel from Ginger Snap.
Oh, damn! Wait, I gotta look her up now. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah,
Catherine Isabel.
Catherine Isabel. Yep. Yeah.
She does a lot of horror stuff. Actually, she likes to do a lot of horror stuff.
Yeah. Google
I'll
Catherine.
probably see. I'm just bad with names. I've probably seen.
I've never even heard of her. Catherine.
And you'll see why I had a little 10-year-old boner when I watched Ginger Snaps.
No, man, never heard of it. I can't look at it because I've not got my laptop here. I'm on my phone, and this is on the phone. So
Well, I don't recognize her, but she hot as hell though.
Yeah.
I can see why. I can see why it would make your sword go skyward.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, she's
man.
hot.
Pete, just very quickly, I know we're on topic, but Pete, when did this whole thing start with True Action start?
I don't know. It's just like popped up on one stream. I think this was before Christmas, and I think it's just been like a running gag for for so long, but like after a stream, he'll leave an ever so polite comment. It's like he's dirty on the streams, but he's like a true gentleman afterwards.
Damn.
Oh man, I just don't know what got started on it, and it's keep going. It's great. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah. Anyway, guys, we've caught up to the comments, so I think we're going to wrap it up here. Firstly, just want to thank Rashad, Pete, Norin, Matt, and Harry for joining me. Very quickly, Rashad, what you got coming up on your channel?
Oh man, this has been a dope week so far, man. Like Bel Air just dropped today, the season opener for Bel Air, which is the dramatic Fresh Prince of Bel Air show on Peacock.
Season 2, yeah.
Season two, and then season 6 of Snowfall started last night, so I dropped that review. Actually, I dropped 2 reviews today. I dropped Snowfall season 6, episode 1 and 2, and then I dropped Bel Air episode 1 review today. So that's 2 videos in one day. Got Cocaine Bear tomorrow, and then BMF also tomorrow, and then Sunday, Mike, we got What's Love Got to Do with It. So I'm definitely looking forward to your reaction to that one, and that's about it as far as I can think of. Unless I get drunk and something's crazy, bring that I put it on wax, and hopefully people like it.
Oh man, hey, you got a busy weekend ahead of you though.
Yeah, good stuff. I've been out the game for a minute, man. I took like 3 weeks off, man, for some personal reasons, so I was kind of out for a while. So it's good to come back and just have like a whole bunch of shit to do. So I'm like a kid in the candy store, like, yeah, I get to go back to work again. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm good.
Well, it's great to have you back on Z Talks, man. And Rashad's got a whole bunch of great content. I'm excited to see your Cocaine Bear review, though. That'll be good.
Yeah, I think it's only fitting I do that review half drunk, man. You know, if I'm reviewing something called Cocaine Bear, I have to be under the influence of something.
I'm already there, brother.
You know what I'm saying? I can't do this shit sober, bro.
I'm already there tonight, my man.
Don't blame me. So yeah, go check out Rashad's channel. Link is down below in the description box. Pete, what have you got coming up?
I have got probably a Blu-ray haul coming up probably next week or the week after. More films that I'll probably watch in the next 10 years. I've got the live stream next Wednesday with Lisa Loves. Probably do some movie reviews. I'm going to try to do some movie reviews as I want to try to do that, and that's probably about it.
Oh, awesome. It'll be great to see Lisa on your live stream as well. That'll be awesome.
Yeah, it's been a little while since she's been on. Been wanting to get her on for a little while, so it'd be great to chat to her.
Awesome, man. Yeah, Pete does a weekly Wednesday live stream with his friends Andy and Mike, and different guests on each week. So please go over and subscribe to Pete and check out his Wednesday streams.
Thanks.
They range from anywhere between 4 hours to 12. So be on the lookout.
Be ready.
Yeah, and we've got very quickly got Jim Lee saying, can't wait for that Rashad the Bird's review of Cocaine Bear.
Thank you.
Harry, what have you got coming up?
Oh man, I'm trying to get more of the shorts. So I'm trying to release more YouTube shorts and trying to think of different ways to use that. So doing like different movie suggestions, movies I think people haven't seen that I think are good. I got trying to be more consistent with movie reviews. So I got Cocaine Bear either tomorrow or sometime this weekend coming out. Other than that, I'm trying to do more game reviews as well. So I reviewed Hogwarts Legacy, and I plan on reviewing the new Destiny expansion coming out probably. So yeah, some different stuff.
Oh, wait a minute. I just want to interject real quick. Yeah, the YouTube shorts, I highly recommend y'all start doing that, man, because I did a couple of them just to experiment. And the last one that I did is like up to like 4K, man, which is I haven't done 4K on like a regular video in like a long time. So yeah, John, jump on those YouTube shorts, bro.
Well, that's good to hear.
All y'all, yeah.
Yeah, I know Norin's done some shorts. I've seen a couple. I know Pete's done a couple, and I think Harry, I've seen 1 or 2 of yours. I know I've got a couple to catch up on.
Oh, you ain't seen none of my shit?
No, I haven't. No, I saw the video. So you'd seen football. I haven't seen it yet. No, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. I got one.
That scene in the remake of Vacation with Ed Helms or whatever his name is, and the woman goes, "Oh, you saw my shit? Yeah, but you didn't like it."
Oh man!
Yeah,
no,
man.
So Rashad, what shorts have you? Very quickly, what shorts have you posted about then?
Well, I did one called the top 5 best rounds in the Rocky saga. So like the best round. So yeah, so I did like round 1 for, was it Tommy Gunn and Union Kane, and then Apollo and Rocky in the 14th round and 1, and then of course you already know what number 1 is. Spoiler, Clubber Lane Rocky in the 3rd round. So I did that one. So actually, I posted that on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. But the thing about YouTube is weird though, bro, because you put something on YouTube, then it'll say if you're monetized, it'll say, okay, this is not ad friendly. How's it not ad? There was no swearing or nothing on there. But then if you put out a video with cursing on it, it'll say, okay, yeah, we can monetize this. I don't understand YouTube sometimes, man. But yeah, so if you do a short, I recommend like putting in all the platforms, Instagram, Facebook, all that shit, man. And another one I did, if you've seen the movie Do the Right Thing with Spike Lee, there was a blooper on there where I noticed the guy was cutting the pizza, but if you look close, he wasn't really cutting the pizza. So I zoomed in on like, man, you see this shit? This motherfucker's not even cutting the damn pizza,
So that one, Rashad, I saw on TikTok.
Okay, yeah. That was and of course, you got people in the comments like, well, bro, it's a movie, duh. Of course you can't cut the pizza. I'm like, I know, dipshit. It's a fucking this is for shits and giggles. I'm not being serious. Damn. You gotta love those trolls. Oh, Rashad, you don't know what you're talking about. You're so stupid. If you look, they have to do 100 takes and they can't cut the pizza every time. Up yours with a twirling lawnmower, all right? That's what I gotta say. So definitely get on those shorts, man. Those shorts will help your numbers.
Yeah, I'll check them out, man. Because you were just saying how you're doing shorts as well, right?
Me, yeah. I'm trying to get more into them. Like I did a couple of them, and I'm trying to think of ways to use it better. Like how Rashad, like you said, it was like just a kind of a joke, thing. Mm-hmm. I'm like, how could I do something like that? So I'm gonna try movie suggestions for right now, and that's kind of how I'm gonna use them.
That's good shout. Good shout, man. Yeah, and I've enjoyed your game review of Hogwarts Legacy. I saw your review, Elliot, and I've heard Pete talk about good as well. Definitely saw me on that game.
Yeah, check it out. Yeah.
So yeah, definitely check out Harry's channel. Link is down below in the description box. Norin, what have you got coming up?
Ooh, right now, probably I'm thinking about doing the Puppet Master since I just got that 12 Blu-ray set from Full Moon. So I got 12 movies to dive through of Puppet Master. So I'm going to be binging all of those and probably doing a review about each one of those. And then actually got some sweet stuff from Vestron today. So I got that right there.
Oh, wow.
Nice. Which is great. I love that movie. And I got Shivers.
Awesome movie.
By David Cronenberg. And you might like this one, Mike, right here. Have you seen this one, Mike?
Class of
1999.
I've never seen Class of 1999. No, I haven't. Rashad, have you seen that one?
Yeah, this one's good. It's by the same person who did was it Class of 1984 with Michael J. Fox in it?
Okay, so yeah, I always seen the cover of that, but so is that a sequel to Class of 84?
Yeah, it's in the same universe. It's by the same director and everything.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Yeah, I never watched it, but I always seen it like, wait, that looks like. No, I don't think that's a sequel though. So I never bothered watching it.
So Norin, would you say that one's better?
Yeah, it doesn't have any of the same characters.
Oh, would you say that one's better?
Would I say it's
1984
better
or not?
I have more fun with that one because it's kind of like, say, if Terminator and Mad Max met and they had a baby. That's what that movie would be.
Well, that's a comparison.
Sounds awesome.
That's why I like that movie.
Well, definitely go check out Norin's channel. He's going to be having a lot of Puppetmaster reviews. I'm assuming, Norin, you're going to do a full ranking once you've seen them all?
Yeah, once I do. There's actually, I think, that set has 12 of them. And then there's 2 more also that I'll have to watch on Tubi. So there's going to be, I think there's 14 total.
Wow, okay. Well, check out Nora's channel. Link is down below in the description box. Got a lot of awesome horror content. And finally, Matt. So Matt's on Instagram. He hasn't got a YouTube, so link to his Instagram's below. We talked earlier. He does have an interview coming up with a Terrifier cast member and Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey cast member. What else do you got going on there, Matt, over on Instagram?
Yeah, apart from the celebrity interviews, you can expect a few live streams from me and Mike. We always go Mike T. Shizzle we always do a live stream together, discussing wrestling, movies, hot topics that are out, movie reviews. We always make it fun. And celebrity interviews are more professional, like they're not like what you'll see on a live stream like me tonight. I'm just chill, hanging with my friends, but they're more professional on Instagram. But the other live streams where we just talk movie reviews and wrestling and that, it's all fun and it's a good time, you know. And I've got to the point now where I'm deciding that I want to also pull people from the community that suffer with mental health and discuss mental health with them and help, find ways. I suffer with mental health, so like I want to find ways where, I can get tips off of someone or someone can get tips off me and just how to deal with depression and shit, So I like, not a lot of people are talking about it in the movie community. They're just like movies and horror and reviews and lives and that, but no one's really going out for like talking about mental health and if I can help someone feel better or someone can help make me feel better on a stream and we can talk about it, then more the better for that. It helps someone else out that's struggling with mental health. So I want to make more. I want to make it more. I want to make it more aware in this movie community that we're all collectors. We're all in this, and we're all in the same boat. We all love movies, but what's going on behind the curtain? Like, let's talk about that. That's where I want to. That's what I want to start exploring within the next couple. I'm moving on Wednesday, so after I've settled in and moved in, I'll start working on some shows where I do one at a time, do a one-on-one discussion about mental health and.
Right.
So,
nice.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a very strong topic to talk about and something that, definitely needs highlighting for sure. I can't agree more. Well, firstly, Matt, best of luck with your move, dude. I hope that all goes well. Look forward to seeing your Instagram lives and definitely check out Matt and his chat with Mike T. Shizzle is also great as well. So check that out. Again, just thank you to you guys who's joined right now, Rashad, Pete, Norin, Matt, and Harry, and thank you to everyone who joined before the stream. Thank you to you guys watching, and until next time, we will see you later.
Peace.
Bye.